Thing. Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, we got the music. If there's any problems, chat, just let us know. We're gonna get started. And are you okay having this posted on YouTube?
That's completely fine with me.
Okay, perfect. Here we go. This is our guest. There's a guest command, exclamation guest, to see Extrawired's Twitch channel. Make sure to follow him. All right. Thank you again, Hung. How about we start off with you introducing yourself? You could talk about briefly like hobbies, interests, and you could even explain what your personality is like.
Okay. Let's go, guys. Well, my real name is Hong. I wasn't born here actually, so I was born in Vietnam. I came here when I was 8 years old. You guys can't tell because I don't have an accent, but I actually did have an accent when I was little. However, I got rid of it because sort of like it's an adaptation thing living in the U.S. But I did that because you know, when we were all young and stuff, we try to fit in. So back in high school, I was a little bit embarrassed that I had an accent, so just got completely rid of it. You guys can't tell. Interesting, right? Can't tell. Start off, man. Right before I started streaming, I was actually a photographer, and
Oh, nice.
this is
Okay.
where my camera came from. Actually, like this look of it,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to recycle my camera. I didn't want to buy like $100 camera off Amazon. I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just use my actual camera. Let's just flex that I'm a photographer real quick, you know? So I did photography for a while. I did portraits for people, and I just did it for fun. It was more like a friend thing, you know. It was more like, oh, if you're my homie, you know, I'll take pictures of you. And you know, I learned about Lightroom and Photoshop because of that, and it was cool. It was cool. I grew up in San Jose most of my life, which is 1 hour away from where I live. I live near San Francisco right now. Not trying to get doxxed, but near San Francisco. Let's put it that way. I went to Milpitas High School as my childhood, and Milpitas is a very suburban area, so it was a really nice place to live. And then once I graduated high school, I went to college in SF State. Did a computer science degree. Yeah, big nerds vibes over here, guys. But I don't look like a typical engineer. I look like a salesman or something. But did CS because it's a very, very strong foundation. Definitely not my passion, but definitely if you have a CS job, you can get any technical job out there lower than CS, aka IT, or like any analytics type of job. So I did that majority of my life, and then graduated like 3 years back. I'm actually 25 now. Graduated. I have a job right now. I'm a customer support agent in concentration of engineering talk, as in I educate customers on technicalities of software, and I actually help them code it too. But I don't do any coding myself, so I analyze a lot of customer code and try to help them code it. So that's basically my overview of my life.
Dude, that's awesome. You're such a great speaker, man.
Thank you, bro.
How would you describe your personality, though?
My personality?
Yeah.
Straight up Scorpio. Yeah, I'm very thoughtful when I talk. When I'm in a group setting, I actually let people talk. Not really like the life of the party or initiator. I do hate small talk. So when I talk to people, I like to talk very deep. And
Yeah.
let's go into topics and everything. I really hate when people are like, "Oh, how are you?" "Oh, I'm good." "Oh, good." "Oh, yeah." You know, the sun's kind of nice right now. You know, the sun's kind of nice right now. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, nice jeans. Something like that.
Great
I hate that
examples.
talk.
Yeah.
I hate that type of talk. So
Mhm.
very personable. I let people talk because in this world, people like to talk, and there's not much listeners. So I like to take the role of a listener. So when I'm interacting with people in person, you know, I let them talk, and then once they run out of gas, they finally ask me a question, and then that's when I start talking. You know,
Yeah.
that's me. I'm very observant, actually. I like to stay cool, calm, and collective in most situations. So I'm not really like the guy that's like, oh my god, fuck, I got a couple beers on me. I'm going to be the last one in the party. That's not really me. I'm always the guy in the corner, just chilling and leaning on the counter and sipping my beer. That's me.
Nice way to sum it up. That was great.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. This is gonna be perfect for you since you're usually the listener, but now you get to talk like most of the time. So you got this.
What a great opportunity, huh?
Yeah. All right. So I saw in your bio you're half Chinese, half Viet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you speak Chinese too?
I speak a little Cantonese, but dude, I forgot my whole entire language.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Just curious.
I just know how to understand a little bit of like outer shell conversation for Canto and Viet.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I don't speak it. I just claim myself as a true American with Asian values. But I'm very, very Americanized, actually.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Cool. That was like a great introduction. We could get deep into the childhood topic now. What was your life like as a child?
It's interesting. I don't get sad over this because I've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys, it's an interesting childhood. Definitely not a preferred one, but I live a very different life than most people. Most people have, families, and they grew up like just okay, just enough to live. But I grew up in a very tough situation where I had a hard family to live by, and also we're very poor. So think of the poorest, right? But we're actually like the poorest of the poorest, which is actually insane. My mom had to grow up working at a pho shop for like all the money, and we're renting a house right now, so they're trying to pay off rent. Family wasn't that great. It was more abusive, so it was cool though. But ultimately, guys, the lesson learned here is that if you grow up with a really bad family, you take that pain and you put it on yourself, and that's what builds character, guys. I saw it. I grew up, childhood wasn't that great. I was growing up just trying to seek for stability my whole entire life. I couldn't party, I couldn't really go out and make friends, I couldn't afford anything, and sometimes I'd go out for milk tea, but that's about it. It was cheap and everything. But growing up in a very, very poor family situation, plus a non-happy family, puts me in this situation where, okay, how can I capitalize on that? So what I can control is that character of myself. You feel me?
Yeah.
Growing up, it's like, okay, I didn't have like a nice place to live. I didn't have money. My mom and dad are not good together, and my sister, she's schizophrenic, so that was a lot to take care of. But ultimately, it's good to stay happy, It's good to stay happy that you're alive, and then you can control your life instead of your family's life. I gotta rely on myself. In that situation, I can't rely on my family, so I had to rely on myself. And just growing up, I went to school a lot. I try to find ways to come up in life, come up in life as in, how am I supposed to take care of myself? That was a question for majority of my life,
Yeah.
Let's see. I know I know that was more outer shell, but let's see why my childhood is kind of shitty. Let's see.
Yeah. You labeled abuse. That's a huge thing, like to even think about. And then your sister. Do you also have other siblings too?
I have a brother, and he's doing fine in San Jose.
Okay.
He lives in a mobile home. He has a wife and everything, so he's just chilling. I mean, maybe not a very successful brother, but we don't define people by success. We define by love. And if he's happy, then I'm happy. Going back to my family, my family is very, very traditional, actually, which made it really tough for me to live, because then, mom and dad was always like, "Oh, did you eat? Did you eat? How's your sleep?" And that's like the only premise in life. But living in America is a very progressive type of life. And if you have parents that are very, very traditional, it doesn't mesh well. This meshes well in Asia, actually, because in Asia is not that progressive. You feel me? In Asia, all they care about is, oh, did you eat? Did you sleep? How's it? How's it? Are you gonna help me sell food on the street? You know, that's the type of life they live. But in America, specifically, California is very, very progressive. And so in order to strive in America, you have to make something big. That's why there's DJs out there. That's why there's big streamers out there and dancers. Like, you have to have some type of ambition in order to be okay in America or to live a comfortable life, you know? And having traditional parents, that's what took a toll on me, actually. When growing up, you have parents that are like very traditional, so they can't teach you anything. You know, you're basically living life on your own. So I grew up kind of awkward, actually, because then my parents don't know how to teach me how to behave in school and public. So I grew up through humiliation, as in I don't know how to conversate. I don't know how to make friends. In high school, I was very lonely, and I was like, man, what's the secret? What's the secret? You know? And when you grow up, the environment is very important to you. So when you have parents that are very progressive, you're gonna grow up okay. You're gonna grow up understanding how to live life, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't have that. You know, I had to go through trial and error, like trying to figure out how human interaction works. You know, that's why I didn't grow up with many friends. But then again, I took all those weaknesses to build my character. So this is the Extrawired you see today, the best version of myself right now. Okay, was that very jumbled up, guys?
No, that was good. You
that was good.
really
okay. I didn't have
to.
Yeah, I didn't have to be more specific. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
you don't have to. It's really up to you because you mentioned a lot of points, especially traditional family. A lot of Asian parents are like that, especially around our age. And then kids, I mean, people around our age who are having kids now could really set up their children for the future, especially living here in Cali. So
yeah,
you made really great points.
Yeah, and sometimes I used to envy it all the time. But once I got into the mindset of, okay, I can build my character off the pain that I experienced, you know, it's a life-changing thing. Definitely a life-changing thing. Like, it's freaking amazing. You know, I used to envy, oh my God, like, this person has a family, this person has money, this person has a loving mom and dad. I used to envy it all the time. Whenever I walk on the street and I see a family, you know, I used to be in pain. I used to be like, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had that type of love. But it's okay. And eventually I developed love for myself.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part.
Yeah, that's true. So you touched up on a lot about yourself and how your family was overall. How were you specifically, like, what was your relationship like between you and your siblings and specifically you with your parents? Did they kind of like rely on you to learn a lot in America or what? Or maybe your older brother, younger brother?
Yeah. Well, my mom is cool. I mean, my mom is really nice and everything. So my relationship with my mom is pretty tight. Because like she's very nice and she understands that, okay, I'm her child and she's supposed to take care of me, which is good. My relationship with my dad is a little bit iffy, because like he's very like simple-minded, very hard-headed, hard to change, and he's not very ambitious as well, which is a key factor into raising a child. So I remember, this is kind of sad, but it's okay. I remember one time, like a couple years back, I got mad at my dad. I was like, man, why would you have me as a child when you can't really take care of me? You know what I mean? I said that to my dad.
Yeah.
Because like he hasn't worked for like 20 years. He just relies on government funds to take care of the house. And he lives a very, very like very basic life to a point where like, okay, his mindset is, oh, I'm just gonna live. That's it. But if you raise me in America, it's like I have to do more than just living. You know, I have to like have goals. I have to make money in order to survive in the Bay Area. Like the Bay Area is expensive, guys.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want a decent life in the Bay Area, minimum 100K a year.
Yep.
But you can go to Texas, and you can have like 60K a year and live a luxury life. But I live in the Bay Area, so 100K minimum to have a decent life. So growing up, my dad's like, okay, he wasn't ambitious at all. You know, he just worked at a soldering company and made like $10 an hour. And that's cool. I mean, he defines his own expectation in life. But what about me though? You know, he really never really took care of me. He never really actually cared. You know?
Yeah. That was specifically your dad. And then
Oh yeah. And my siblings, yeah, so my sister's schizophrenic, which is kind of tough because then I'm trying to talk to her, but she wouldn't remember who I am.
Yeah.
But it's cool though. I mean, she's okay. She's taking these pills to like, you know, make her personality a little normal. So she's okay. She's living with my parents right now, and from here and there, I teach her English and everything. So she's doing well, not that bad. And my brother lives in San Jose with his wife, and they're just chilling. They live a very very traditional lifestyle as well, where they just live. But you know, he's happy. He's happy too.
That's good. What's your age range?
My age range?
Yeah, are you like the middle child or?
Oh, I'm the last child.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm 25. My siblings are in their 40s, and my parents are in their 60s, which is actually insane
40s.
because then
Okay.
it's actually insane because my siblings can actually be my parents. Like mind blown. 15 years older. Actually, no, they're about 20 years older. Actually,
Whoa,
20 years older.
That is quite the age gap, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And so they grew up in Vietnam, like your siblings. When did you move specifically? How old were you?
I can't remember when I was 8 years old.
Okay, 8 years old.
Yeah.
All right, so they.
I had to learn English like everybody else.
Yeah.
But but a little bit handicapped because then I came in when I was 8, and the most effective way to learn is from like age 1 to like 8, and I was in Vietnam because of it. So when I came here, I was like, damn, English is kind of hard, but eventually I caught the hang of it, and now I guess I'm a speaker, like good enough to be a speaker.
100%.
100%.
Cool. So that's a good touch up on like childhood as like an overall topic. How about school specifically? Do you want to explain details of what life was like throughout school? You touched up on it a bit, but we could even extend that to like college too. Your lifestyle in school.
Okay. Lifestyle in school. In high school, I didn't have much friends. I just went through high school. So my memories of high school completely blurred, completely taken out of my life because there wasn't really any good memories. I did make a couple close friends though, but I wasn't really the popular kid. Oh, well, I was always the kid that sat on the lunch table and I was just chilling, you know?
Yeah.
So that's it about high school. I don't have any memories, but in college, bigger memories actually.
Okay.
College was more of a grind to me. Like I said, my life is more of a seek for stability. So in college, I took about 21 to 27 units, semester units actually. So I did that for every semester.
That's insane, man.
Yeah, that's insane, right? And I didn't have a life, honestly. So I had a life and career, but I didn't really have a social life, right? So I took 21 to 27 units, and I finished my CS degree in 3 years. And I decided to extend my college by 2 more years because I felt like it was going too fast, and I didn't really grasp college because I was just doing so many classes, right?
Yeah.
So so I took the last 2 years. I spent 5 years in school. So the first 3 years I finished my CS degree, and then I spent the next 2 years getting a business degree. So I double majored, and then this is where everything started to come in place because of the CS degree, I became very technical. And because of the business degree, I learned how to talk to people. I learned how business works, right? And it was cool. So did a lot of that, graduated, double major, and then I got a job before I graduated, which is actually insane. So a job offer like a month before I graduated. So I was set in life. So once I got that job offer 1 month before I graduated, everything fell in place because then I had a job that made decent money, and then that's where I started to come up in life. That's that's where my life actually started. Because I started making money, I started like growing my career, and everything fell in place. It's so crazy. And now I have control over things now because now I can do things with money. And I never really had money in the first place. I remember back in college, I had a stack of ramen like that tall,
Yeah.
and then I would call it the Tower of Life. You know, I used to never be able to afford anything. I was able to afford rent because I got my entirety of college paid off by the government, and then I had like 10K extra from the government funds to go rent a place. I found a place for like $500, rented it for like a couple years, and then that's the only reason why I was able to go afford college, you know.
Yeah.
And then but at the same time, I wasn't really going out to eat, going out to meet people, because I didn't have the funds, and sometimes people had to pay for me, which is really nice of them. Shout out to all my close friends out there, you know, who was willing to pay for my meals. But yeah, I remember I was eating mee goreng like every day, and then sometimes add a egg on top. I was in like super money saving mode, you know. But yeah, once I got the job, dude, my life has been so good, you know. Even though it wasn't like compared to everybody else,
Yeah.
even though everybody else had like a family and already had money, for me to actually have a decent source of income, that was the best come up in my life. Yeah, and I'll explain more. I'll explain more later.
Of course, huge turnaround. Congrats, man.
Yes, sir.
It's like started from the bottom literally, and you made your way to where you're at now.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm like super happy right now about it.
So was college the turning point of when you moved out, or what?
Yeah, so I moved out. I still live near SF. I still live in the same spot. I live in this spot because it saves money, and because I live in this spot, it allows me to save extra money and then invest it in stocks, you know. Otherwise, if I lived it with friends, my rent would be really expensive. It would be in the 1Ks, you know.
Yeah.
And I can afford that right now, but I'm still very frugal in life. You know what I mean? But yeah, I did that, and then let's see. So once I got the job, let's continue the story. Once I got the job, I started working, and then I started making money, right? And then I was like, okay, I have money. I can control my life. And then I started going out more. I started like making friends, and this is where my life is going up, because I was like, damn, this is what it feels like to actually have money and hang out with friends. Actually insane, you know, mind blowing, actually mind blowing. And then I had like 3 years before I started streaming where, you know, I just stayed home and then I just did photography every day. So I took a lot of photos. I took photos at parties. I took photos at clubs. And then I made like a little decent money. Sometimes, so some clubs would pay me like $400 for a whole night, just to take pictures. And then, but I spent so from the time I graduated until 25, I didn't really do much actually. I just went home. I played a lot of games, and I made a lot of online friends. And it was cool because then I was able to afford a computer, so I started playing games. And then that's what made me more social, because keep in mind, after I graduated, I was still kind of awkward. I still didn't know how to talk to people. But I did that for 3 years, just playing games and photography. And then eventually I got so tired of photography because then it was time consuming and it was going nowhere. And that's where I started coming into streaming. You know?
Oh yeah, we could definitely get into streaming, like a later topic.
Sure thing.
Yeah. So
Sure thing.
To be clear, your first job was like when you got into college and almost graduated, or did you work before that?
I actually worked at Zoomies.
Oh shoot, there you go. We could talk about like your jobs, career path, like before that.
Okay, sure thing, sure thing.
Yeah.
My bad. Dude, I'm jumping so fast. It's so crazy. Okay,
No, no
let's slow it
worries.
down.
If you ever think of something you forgot to mention out of the timeline, it's totally fine. Just bring it up. It's your
I'll bring it up.
story.
Yeah.
It's your story.
I used to work at Zoomies, bro, and then it was dope as fuck because
Mhm.
then, it was like my very first job. This is in the beginning of college, so it was cool because I was like, dang, I'm actually working, you know. And
Yeah.
then I got referred by my cousin, and they let me in as a Zoomies guy. And you know, first time I learned how to fold clothes. Actually, insane. Folding clothes without a little cardboard folder. So I can fold Zoomies clothes, and like the way you fold it, it makes the shirt really small. So now I have a bunch of room in my closet because I fold it very small. Um, did that for a bit. That's where my customer service skills came in, because then my first time interacting with customers like that, and it was a little bit awkward at first, but you know, growing up talking to people actually helped me a lot. It was a learning opportunity for myself, you know, to actually go to someone and be like, oh, how's it going, you know, what you're looking for. And most of the time they'll ignore me because like when you go into a clothes shop, like you try to avoid all the customer representatives, you know. So it was cool. And then hung out with new people in the job, and everybody vaped as well, so it was cool. Well, so when we were closing, we were vaping in the shop. Freaking crazy for a job. You can vape in the shop. And
Yeah.
I got really close to them because we all vaped, and then we hung out, and we had good hangouts after work. So that was the come up in my life in terms of the social aspect. So I went to Zoomies, worked there for a year. It wasn't making that much money, and then after that, I wanted a new job that made more money. So I talked to my uncle, and he has a company in San Jose where you do soldering, right? So you have
Yeah.
PC boards and you have a heat gun and you start soldering. And I thought that was pretty fun, honestly. Um, it was making decent money for me, about $18 an hour.
Hmm.
So I went in there and I soldered. It was so fun. It was like you have this wire and you have this heat gun, and you just combine together to fill in like the PC holes. And it was so satisfying seeing every hole to be filled with solder. And then next thing you know, like the PC board component works. So I did that for like 2 years, from sophomore year to senior year. So I did that for a while. I worked every summer.
Okay, summer job. Yeah.
Yeah. And then my current job, which is right now, is the one. So I never switched jobs after I got the big
The offer.
job offering
Yeah.
before I graduated. I never switched jobs. So what I do right now in my job is I'm a customer service engineer. And we serve a product, a business product, and it's sort of like Salesforce, right?
Hmm.
And for me, I support the product, which means that I own a specific product area where I'm an expert in, and customers come to me. We have big customers too. We have like 24 Hour Fitness, we have Zillow, we have Best Buy, we have all the big ones you can imagine. So I talk to their CEOs, I talk to their engineers, anybody big in their company. And then when they have questions about the product, I explain it to them. And then and sometimes I help them code it. Sometimes I help them solve the problems. So I'm very well rehearsed in the business aspect. So billing, payments, finance. So yeah, I'm just more of a jack of all trades. I just understand the business process of taking a customer and producing an invoice, and then paying off the invoice, and then putting it into bookkeeping, which is finance. So I learned a lot about that, fiddling with the product we have right now.
Yeah. That's awesome. Is this like a salary thing for you right now?
Yeah, it's a salary thing, and
Awesome. That's
it's
good,
what's
that's good.
keeping me alive right now, guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's because I can afford my computer, afford my setup. All right, this is the huge come up in life. You know, me having money allows so much opportunity in my life. You know, obviously I don't abuse money. I don't like just throw away money and buy random stuff. But for me to have some money, you know, it makes me so happy because I'm like, okay, I can live a comfortable life now. I don't have to
Yeah.
eat top ramen every day. You know, now every week I just go out with some friends, you know, get some hot pot. And then I make enough where I can just treat them out too. actually crazy, you know?
Yeah. Ooh, huge turnaround to like be able to repay those people who, treated you out back then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah, that touches up on work, which is really great. Started with Zoomies, ended to where you're at now. It sounds like you definitely went through school and got the exact job that you're looking for, right? Was that your first like choice to get into that major? The
It
double
was my
major?
first choice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because my first choice was CS, and I didn't really like CS, but it was a very strong foundation into developing the technical mind and understanding computers and understanding how computers work. And then the business major came in because I wanted to understand about life. Because if you think of it, everything is a business.
Yeah.
Selling clothes on Amazon or um, selling food on a street, everything's a business. So I did that. I just really want to understand like how business works, because then business makes money. Stocks is part of business. You know, yeah. Let's see. Working retail is a business, but you're not controlling the business. You're just working in there. Everything has some sort of business aspect in it. And then everything is calculated by numbers as well. So in businesses, they look at numbers. And you go by the numbers, and that's what makes the business successful, you know?
Yeah, exactly. All right, great. So, since you're at a really good point in your life right now, what are your current future like aspirations and goals? Doesn't have to be
Ooh.
about just your job, could be about anything.
So for me, I live by relationships. That's like the premise of my life. Because I grew up in a very tough situation where I had no love in life, right? I grew up knowing that, I don't have money, but what makes me happy is relationships with people. So my future aspiration is to have a really strong backbone of friends. I'm not all about the money, actually. I want to be able to have a wedding where it can be filled with all the closest people in my life, and it's just gonna be amazing. Like, play my music on the dance floor, and everybody just come dances, and then they're able to drink with me. My premise in life is actually so simple. It's not success. What defines success to me is how many friends I have, how many close friends I can acquire.
Yeah.
There's a funnel of people coming into your life. Not everybody's gonna be a close friend, but those handpicked people that really reciprocate the same energy, those are the most important people in my life. And having my life filled with close people like that makes me the happiest person in the world. You know what I mean? And in terms of career, aspirations.
Yes.
Well, for me, I'm pursuing Twitch, and this is where we come into Twitch. Yeah. So, this Twitch hobby is the only reason why it's making me really happy right now, because it expands my goal of like talking to people, making friends.
Very true.
It expands my social aspect, right? And my goal is to make friends online, and I do it by streaming. And the more close friends I make, like, I'm gonna have this strong backbone where my friends can provide to me, and I can provide a backbone to them. So I support my friends too.
Very true. It's like how you always say that you always welcome everyone from what I've seen, and you're always telling them that they could message you on the side or anything. Just talk to you whenever. So I find that to be awesome. As a
Of
fellow
course, of
streamer.
course. I'm always here to be part of everybody's life. And if
Yeah.
you're feeling down, you can always hit me up.
Exactly. So since we're getting into Twitch right now, might as well just ask specific questions. So when did you start doing Twitch? And how did your channel grow from like since the beginning? Did you do anything differently?
Right. So yeah, so I used to be a photographer and I got tired of it. So I left that at that. Once I got tired of it, I was like, okay, what's the next big thing I can do in my life? You know? And when I saw my friends stream, I was like, okay, I didn't see a point in streaming, actually. I was like, okay, it's cool. I already had an insight in my head. It's like, oh, you know, streaming is kind of useless because there's too much people in it and it's hard to, you know, gain exposure. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I sat down and I thought about it. I was like, man, I can really do this. You know, I just don't have to give up right away. I just gotta really mold myself to become a streamer, you know? And what really helped me is that I grew up with no friends, right? And that gave me the push into streaming. The reason why I started streaming was out of loneliness, which is actually very deep. It's out of loneliness, guys. Right, chat? So that really pushed me because I was like, okay, after college, the funnel of people coming in is cut off. Because in college, you're privileged already. You see people in classes. You have opportunities to join clubs. You see people every day on campus. It's actually so easy to make friends. You make accidental friends in classes when they appear in your class, multiple classes. You know, because you already see each other.
Yeah.
You know? And then after college, it's like, man, what do I do now? There's no funnel of people coming in. Right?
Absolutely.
So I started streaming because that gives me a funnel of people to talk to. You know, new people coming in. And it gives me life. It's like, wow, new people, new friends, refreshment in life. I started streaming. I started off really small, but you know what helped me? I had the technical aspect of my life. I knew how to make my stream pretty good, like in terms of quality, and that came from photography actually. What you're seeing in this webcam right here, all photography, and setting up my computer to stream and understanding the mechanics and understanding every single thing that makes a stream look good. That came from my technical background. So I had all the tools already.
Yeah.
But the only missing part is that how can I mold myself into a streamer? How can I become an entertainer for all these people? So I started to stream, and I was a little awkward at first because I didn't understand how to, you know, bring conversation and initiate conversation to people. So I started off. Oh, this is in March actually.
This year.
Yeah, so like 6 months ago.
That's so recent, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty recent, right? And then, but once I started streaming, it was cool. What really helped me was that I was really good at Valorant. By the time I started streaming, I was already Immortal. Oh, I was Diamond 3, and then I got Immortal like 2 months later into streaming.
Yeah.
And then right now I'm Radiant, which is cool. So, yeah, let me see. Where am I going with this? Yeah, so I started streaming, and brings a lot of life. Like people come by, say hi, and I say hi back. And then eventually, like I started snowballing in followers because I was good at the game.
Yeah.
And then every single stream I stopped, like when I stopped streaming every single night, you know, I'll sit down on my bed and I'll be like, okay, what can I do to be more entertaining to these people? Like, it's never an easy process. You know, I always sat down and I always internalized, like, you know, how can I be a little better at this? You know, how can I provide this free quality entertainment to the people coming in? How can I do that? So I did that for a while, and I still do that today. You know, I'll sit on my bed and I'll be like, okay, that was a good stream. But how can I do it better? You know, how can I entertain these people a little better? So I don't know. It's like a lifelong process, you know?
Of course.
But yeah. So let's give an overall you know, a name to this, which is I streamed because I was lonely and I want to make friends. That's the whole premise.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. I'm glad you made a lot of friends through this process since March. That's actually very impressive. Now you're radiant with a great community. You call them Wired Gang?
Yeah, this is my Wired Gang. Let's see. Wired Gang's in chat, right? What's up? Oh, bro stuff is in here. What's up, bro? What's up? I would love to see Hung's first ever stream. It would be hilarious. Nah, you'll never see it. I deleted the VOD, bruh.
Deleted the VODs.
Definitely deleted the VOD.
How did you come up with your name?
Oh, that's actually a very good question. I drink a lot of caffeine every day, so automatically when I drink caffeine, you're wired, right?
Yeah.
So when you're wired on caffeine, you're pretty hyper, right? And I drink caffeine. I don't know. I just like caffeine. I just like the alertness of it and being awake on it, which is really nice. That's where I got wired from. But extra came from taking a lot of caffeine. You know, people just drink a coffee a day, but I drink like 2 coffees, or I drink a yerba, one of these. Let's see if my camera captures it.
There you go.
Yeah, I drink one of these, and it's about 150 milligrams of caffeine, which is actually insane. This is why I'm a little bit crazy. That's okay. So extra came from taking a lot of caffeine. So being extra wired is overdosing on caffeine. Not like overdosing heavily, but taking more than usual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love caffeine, bro.
When did this start? The caffeine.
A long time ago, actually. Because I never sleep, so it's quite unhealthy. It's quite unhealthy to rely on caffeine, but I mean, now I sleep fine. But I just like having it, like just starting my day off with the coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then when I don't, then I get a little tired, but it's okay. I can still be, I can still function. You know, but I have access to caffeine. I got money to afford these cans of yerba mate. It's like $3 each, and why not? Why not just wake up and have a little caffeine? And you can just call me a crackhead, but yeah, that's just part of my life.
Yeah, as of now. Awesome. So, your caffeine, your streaming schedule, what is it like right now? What's your overall schedule nowadays with work and streaming?
Oh,
and your sleep. And your sleep.
And my sleep. I'm actually so tired all the time. It's actually insane. I can just nap right now if I want to on this podcast, but I won't. I work a lot. I work 40 hours a week. And then, so my sleep schedule is weird because, okay, I work 9 to 5 on Monday through Friday. So I do that.
Is this
and
at
then
home?
after, yeah, this is at home. I work from home, which is
Awesome.
absolutely so awesome.
Yeah.
Because then I wouldn't have to commute. So I work 9 to 5, and then from 5 to 8 is my nap time. And then from 8 to like 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I stream. And then from 6
Sheesh.
to 9 in the morning, I sleep.
Uh-huh.
And then I go through a whole day of work, and I repeat that all 5 days. And then on the weekend,
yeah.
I sleep like 15 hours just to recover from a whole week's worth of deprivation of sleep.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I woke up at like 6. I start from like 10 to like 6, so a full 8 hours. Yeah, I'm quite busy, guys. You know, I never sleep. But all you guys have to know is that I'm having fun in life.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm very, very happy in life. It's just that I'm lacking sleep. That's it.
And then you make time for friends too on the weekends, right? And
yeah,
not.
I make time for friends. On my Wednesday nights is one of my free weekdays, so I just hang out with friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I just hang out with friends, and then I don't really stream on Wednesdays, so I actually have the whole night to myself, and that's where I actually catch up on sleep too. I sleep a little early, maybe like 3, and then I actually get like 6 hours of sleep from 3 to 9. Okay, guys, me getting like 6 hours of sleep, it's a blessing. It's like a gift from God. Actually, no, not a gift. I can control it, but I don't want to. I can control how much I get sleep, but I love streaming, so I never ever sleep. You know, right, Dreamy Kev, you lack of sleep too? Oh my lord. It's okay. You know, you can live my life as well. And if Hung got an adequate amount of sleep, he'd be too powerful. I know, I'm just handicapping myself, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I just handicapping, you know. Oh, Arya's in here too. What's up, Arya?
Thank you, Arya, for the follow.
So Arya's from the Wired Gang. Welcome to welcome to the podcast.
Welcome, everyone. All right, speaking on streaming still, would you like to tell us what Team EPAL is? How you got into that?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, so when I was a small streamer around like 300 followers, EPAL actually hit me up. So EPAL is a platform where you can book people to play games with you. And you just pay a couple dollars, and it's made for e-girls. But for some reason they hit me up and they're like, "Oh yeah, you look like a very 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 good potential for EPAL," and I was like, "Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it." So I have an EPAL post right now. I mean, I don't really serve customers on there. I'm just too busy. But the point is, when you're an EPAL partner, you keep all your money if you make money on that platform. But if you're not an EPAL partner, you know, you would get paid, but then EPAL would take like about 30% or something. But yeah, I was partnered on EPAL. As a matter of fact, I'm on the front page of EPAL right now.
Oh wow, how many people are involved with that?
Just like 5. It's on the carousel. But yeah, I'm on the front page, and then it says Extrawired, blah blah blah. It's cool. It's cool. So EPAL is trying to use me as a marketing tool, but I allow that because it allows exposure to me. So it's a win-win situation on both sides. I don't know why. Maybe they just think I look good, or maybe I'm just good at the game.
Both.
But it's not like a really big partnership, guys. Like, I make it seem like a really big one, but it's just like a website trying to use me as a marketing tool.
Okay.
Which is fine, because I do get some viewers from EPAL, which is cool. It's a win-win situation, guys. But yeah, I'm in a Discord in PPAL. Wait, not PPAL, EPAL. in a Discord with EPAL, and there's a bunch of streamers on there too. So it's a little community, you know.
Yeah.
It's mostly girls though, because then like EPAL is more like, oh, book a ego thing. I guess I am an ego, huh?
Don't know about that, but great way to explain it though. I never knew what EPAL was, so.
I can be ladylike, you know.
Alright, for sure. And aside from Valorant, I see you also playing Apex. Have you been experimenting with other games and type of streams? Just chatting, maybe?
Not so much just chatting. I am going to expand my stream into more like a mukbang, or on some days. So I just bring a guest and then we just vibe out. So that'll come soon. For Apex, like I just play it casually, guys. I don't play it competitively. You know what I mean? Yeah. Apex is too hard for me. You know, it's too much movement. Like, it blows my mind, guys. I'm more like a pinpoint accuracy type of person. That's why I'm good at Val. But when I play Apex, it feels like I'm not that good. But I just play for fun. You know, I have some days where I do streams with no delay, and I'm just casually just playing. And it's more, those days are more to get the chat.
Yes.
Yeah, more to get a chat, and I like to have more of those days because then the people matter, guys. The people matter, right? Oh, Erica's in here. What's up, Erica? And I have like 70 boyfriends. I have like 70 boyfriends. Of course I do. And then Wilson's my 71th boyfriend. All right. Anyways.
71.
Yeah.
I like it.
Exactly. So I play Apex just to have fun. It allows me to get the chat and allows me to chill out. But for the days I'm actually stressed is when I play rank. I'm like this close to my screen when I play rank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I always have chill days. I have more chill days than rank days right now because then people matter. You know, when you guys chat in the chat, you guys matter a lot. All right, I get back to you guys instantly. I never give up. I'm part of his harem. Yes, sir. You're like the 68th boyfriend. Jimmy. You feel me? Man's kissing his monitor on ranked days? Of course. You know, I gotta do what it takes to be the best. And Val, you know, when you guys watch me, I don't show bronze content, you know?
Yes, exactly.
I want to be the best in order to show you guys how to play the game as well, you know? Okay, no offense to all the irons out there, you know? But I love you guys. I love the irons in here. Right, Erica? You're iron? I love the irons out there. I'm
Calling
not
out specific people, okay.
I'm not rankist, okay? Guys, I'm not rankist. I love you guys.
Alright, so speaking on Valorant, being Radiant, we can't just let that slide, alright? Do you have a CSGO background, and when did you realize you were really good at Valorant?
Oh, that's a good one. I grew up playing FPS games, actually.
Such as?
It's because like I had so much time. I mean, not so much time, but my free time back then, I used to just play FPS only.
Yeah.
I started off with like, oh man, what was that game? Soldier Front.
Oh.
Yeah, I started with Soldier Front a long time ago, and I sucked at the game, but I just kept playing and playing and playing, and eventually I got into Overwatch, and then I got into PUBG, and then I got into like what's that one game? So PUBG, Overwatch, oh CS:GO, right? But I wasn't good at CS:GO, so I was a good aimer. But when I played CS:GO, I was actually a silver because I didn't understand like the mechanics of counter strafing, you know. So I wasn't really that good at CS:GO. But when I played PUBG, I had pretty much the same KDA as Shroud, because I was a really good aimer. And then but where I really shined was Overwatch. I was actually a grandmaster in Overwatch, just playing McCree only. Shout out to all the McCree fans out there.
Overwatch,
you know,
nice.
Because McCree is aim based, and I was just really good at him, and I really enjoyed playing him. Like in order to succeed as McCree, you just have to make headshots, you know. So I played Overwatch for a long time. I was grandmaster. You know, I was almost top 500 just playing just one character. You know, I didn't even care about people. I didn't care about my teammates. I didn't care about the team comp. I was like, all right, I would just play by myself. Just play McCree, you know.
Yeah.
And I did really well. And then eventually Overwatch got boring, and then Valorant came out, and I was like, okay, let's hop on Valorant. First season of rank in Valorant, which is beta.
Yes.
Oh, no, not beta. One after beta closed.
Okay.
And the real game came out. The first season I placed in Gold 3, based on aim only. And then I played and got to platinum within the first season, and it ended right there. Actually, no. I actually hit Diamond 1 the very first season, and I was like, okay, you know, this game's kind of fun. You know, I hit Diamond 1 without knowing what a counter strafe was, guys. It was just aim only.
Yeah.
And then I got stuck in Diamond for like 2 seasons, aka 2 acts. Because then I was playing with friends, and honestly, they were holding me down, but it was fun though. And then once I started like soloing or like dueling, that's when I got Immortal. I got Immortal 2 acts ago. Really fast though, actually. So once I stopped playing with my friends, I got to Immortal within like 40 wins, and I got from Diamond 1. So Diamond 1 to Immortal, 40 wins, and then last act, I got stuck in Immortal in the 1000s to 2000 for like 190 games, and that's when I was streaming a lot. So I played a lot of Valorant, got stuck there, and then eventually this season I hit Radiant, and I have like 30 wins in Radiant. So that tells everybody, oh, I'm a very consistent player, guys. I'm not a one hit Radiant and then drop all the way down. So I've been in Radiant for a while. Did that for a while. I peaked at 487 points. I was actually one of the very first people that got Radiant this season. So it was cool because I was like rank 116 at one point, and it was freaking amazing. And chat, you guys are probably wondering how did I get a Radiant? Well, it's a combination of my skill, but it's also a combination of how I'm doing my setup. You know, so I tell everybody this: ergonomics is very important in succeeding in life in Valorant. So I got a new mouse, I got a new mouse pad, I got a mouse pad that was suitable for me because you need a mouse pad with really strong stopping power. There's actually a difference, guys. If you have a mouse that's very glidey, that means you're very good at tracking, and that's good, very good in Apex, right? But in Valorant, you need that like flick precision, like you just flick to one point to another, and you need a mouse that has really good stopping power. So what stopping power is that when you move your mouse, where does it stop? Is it precise when you stop it? So and then I started adjusting my monitor. I started sitting closer into my monitor, and then that helped a lot. And then I got a new chair, which this chair, I know people make fun about gaming chairs, but this chair was one of the reasons why I got Radiant, because I can adjust the seat really well. I can adjust this padding really well, and then it's comfortable as well. So the point is, you can have really good aim, but you'll never hit Radiant if you don't utilize your setup. That's why all the pros out there, they have everything set for them. Like, I know one pro, I forgot his name, but he sits very awkwardly. He tilts his keyboard like completely vertical, and he plays, and he's really good at the game. So you have to find out what kind of setup works for you. And setup equals comfortability of playing the game. The more you're comfortable with your aim, the more shots you can make. But in order to get that comfortability, you have to figure out what works for you or what doesn't. Some people play with their elbow completely on the table, but I play very stretched out like this, and it works for me, but it won't work for most people. And playing stretched out like this, I kind of move my hand like this. It gives me very good aim. Not very good like 180 flicks, but very good micro movements, you know? So you have to really figure out your posture, your ergonomic of how you're playing. That's how you get Radiant. Everybody has good aim, you know? But you really have to figure out, you know, how close you're sitting to your monitor. What's your sensitivity? I spent an entire year trying to figure out my sensitivity. And I can't like say I can't really say my current sensitivity is my best sensitivity, but I do know I'm a high sense player. It took me a year to figure that out. So if I got tips from somebody saying, oh, low sense is better, I'll probably say no to that, because I know I'm a high sense in general. So I hover around the high sense area, and that's where I really thrive at, and it took me a year to figure that out.
What's considered high sense to you?
High sense, probably like 800 DPI, between 40 to like 0.40 to like 0.50. That's pretty high sense, guys.
Oh,
that's pretty high. Yeah, because then like people coming from CS:GO, they play very low sense.
Yeah.
Because in CS:GO, you don't really do 180 flicks. You don't have abilities. You know, you're not really a jet that needs to like, you know, turn around and right click midair. You know. Yeah. So in high sense, no, in Valorant, you do need more of a high sense, because then you have abilities. So those are going against people with abilities. You need that turning power, you know.
Yeah.
But in CS:GO, all you have is a gun and flashes. Like, you're not like going to 360 throw a flash, you know. So that's why when CS:GO players come in this game, they have a lot of trouble, because then they're so used to their low sense, they can't really adapt to Valorant's fast pace.
Yeah.
Type of movement, you know. So then that's why I play high sense. So what's considered low sense? 800 DPI between 20 to 30. That's low sense.
30. I see.
Yeah. But high sense is like 40 to 50. I play at 0.39, which is like still pretty high. Above medium is probably like 32 to like 34. So if you guys play harder than that, I give you props. If you play higher than like a 50, I give you props. I don't know how you do it, but I probably can't aim.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic of Valorant, if anyone has questions, feel free to ask this guy. He's a Radiant player, and he is very knowledgeable, as we know. I could definitely pick your brain on a few questions specifically from myself.
Go ahead.
How would you describe, like from your own experience, like how would you summarize each ranks? Like, for example, iron playstyles versus like plats versus immortal, and then that threshold to break into radiant.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see. So I'm gonna put irons and bronze into one category.
That's fair.
Yeah. Those are very new players. And I feel like they're a type of players that actually don't know about the game yet. They actually need someone to explain it. Maybe they're just playing the game casually, or they're trying really hard but can't get out of it. It's just a lack of knowledge, and that could be easily fixed if you go on YouTube and figure out and search up tips and tricks and how to counter strafe and everything.
Yeah.
And like they don't really understand accuracy. So I categorize those people as, oh, they're just trying to have fun in the game, you know. And then once you get to silver, that's pretty much the average. I looked at the charts of all the players. We have the most players in silver right now. So those consist of people who are trying to climb the gold. There's so many of those, and the way they play is that they stand still a lot. So when you look at a silver player, when they shoot, they actually stand still. And then once they get to gold, that's where the real game starts. Actually, it's when people start actually like peeking, like slide peeking, and like peeking out the corner and actually getting a headshot on you. And then that's when people are actually like learning about the game. So hey guys, if you're in those elos, don't feel bad by yourself. You can always climb. You know, I'm not saying like you're bad. I'm saying everybody has different challenges, you know? If you're silver, your challenge is other silvers. You know, I have my own problems in Radiant, you know? I have my own problems, guys. I have trouble going against Radiants as well. You know what I'm saying? But everybody has their own journey. So if you feel like you're low elo, don't worry about it. You know, as long as you have a mindset of improving, you'll always climb.
Yes.
You always climb. So yeah. So what I noticed in low elo is that they can shoot, but they don't have a defense to themselves. You know? So your defense is actually your movement. Like if you're moving left and right, that's your only defense, guys. But in low elo, a lot of people stand still when they shoot. Right? And then if you stand still, you're basically tracking with your mouse. But if you move around, you can actually walk your crosshair into the enemy. And it makes it easier to shoot. So the higher elo you go, your opponents will actually like move left and right a lot. And it's gonna be really hard to hit them, you know? I'd say you can get from iron to diamond with just aim only. You don't need game sense. Alright, and your game sense will start kicking in diamond. Actually, that's when you actually need to start working with your team. So if you're trying to climb everybody in the chat, I just want you to realize no one's gonna work it together in iron to platinum, at least. No one's gonna work together. Like everybody just does their own thing. So it's hard to control the team. So you can't really sit there and be mad at your teammates because they just do their own thing. You know? I have a Smurf in platinum once, right? And then I was playing in platinum just to take my account to immortal. And I just noticed, like, man, these people don't know what they're doing. Like nobody works together. They just play their own. You know, people in iron to platinum, they're just very kill hungry. Like they just want the best score, the best KDA.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If you want to climb to a diamond, just kill people in the game. You know, just focus on killing. That's it. But once you get to diamond or higher, game sense. So you have to have good aim. You have to know what's going on. You have to know how to go against people who can set up against you. Let's say you're defending and they're attacking us 5. You have to know how to go against like a full-on rush like that. And you have to be able to use abilities and back off when you need to. That's when your game sense kicks in. Now, from platinum to diamond, a little bit hard because there's so many Smurfs that you have to go against. The Smurfs are actually immortals. There's a lot of those. If you want to get to platinum and diamond, yes, aim only. But that's where people actually have a little brain. They actually work together a little bit, but not completely. What I know is lacking from iron to platinum is that nobody trades each other when you go in. Like they just go in one by one and just get picked off, and your whole team will eventually die. But when you get to diamond, people actually trade it off each other. Like if you kill somebody, another person will pop up and kill you. It's like a 1-for-1 trade all the time. So in order to win high elo games, you win by numbers actually. You don't win by how good you are. Because people have really good aim. So it's hard to like 1v5. That's why you never see aces in high elo. It's just like one trade after the other, one trade until the last person's alive. That's what usually happens. Yeah. That's why if you're in like Immortal and Radiant, if you have numbers, if it's a 5v4, your chances of winning the round is like much higher. But if you're like in Silver, you can 1v5 easily. You know what I mean? But not in high elo. Everybody has the same mindset. People play in high elo like a sport. You have to think of it that way, guys. Guys, if you're trying to climb a diamond, from platinum to diamond, people play like a sport. It's like people play it like their life. You know? And the immortals in here, if you get immortal or higher, people play it like a sport. It's not something you can let go, guys. It's basically like football or like soccer, where when you play in the leagues, people play their hearts out. They want to win. They want to become the best. So if you're in high elo, people will play like a sport. People will overdose on caffeine. You know, will get plenty of sleep. You're gonna go against those people. You're gonna go against people that are demons. And you just have to think of it as a sport. And if you don't want that, guys, don't do it. Save your sanity, guys. Save your sanity. If you have, guys, unless you're going pro or streaming, there's no reason to get immortal. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, you can get there for fun, but you're gonna stress yourself out, guys. You know what I mean? But if you want to get there for fun, I give you props. But it's such a drag, guys. Like the difference between like playing in Immortal is so much different than low elo. Because in Immortal, it's that split second that matters. It's that inhuman reaction that you rely on. If you don't make a headshot, you're basically fucked. Like people only make headshots in high elo, and that's how you win the game. If you're faster by just like 0.0001 of a millisecond and headshotting them, you basically win the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my whole talk about it. But you can ask more in-depth questions.
Dude,
I was just going through the whole.
So insightful, like really.
Oh really?
That was so good. It's crazy. As you kept speaking, I just thought of so many more questions along the way.
Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So you've expressed how it's like a split second and everything, and they take it seriously like a sport, right? So the mental. How did you develop that mental for yourself? And like, do you ever feel super down when you lose, or what? The competitive nature. Do you want to express on that?
Yeah.
Personally?
Honestly, it's hard to keep a mental, like good mentality if you keep losing. What I like to think is that a rank is just a rank, guys. I mean, it's cool that I'm Radiant, but people are so focused on rating. Like, okay, what kind of RR do you got in your elo? Are you 37 RR out of 100 or something? Does that determine your rank though? Like, people focus so much about, they're so elo hungry to a point that they let their rank decide how good they are. But you should be just playing the game to get better, honestly. And then eventually you'll get your rank without even knowing. This is why when I play, I don't really care if I lose, because I already know I'm good.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't really define. Yeah, who cares if I got Radiant? But if you ask yourself, are you really Radiant? or are you just letting the rank define you?
Mm-hmm.
As for a fact right now, I can say I'm Radiant because I know the game. I know how to aim. Like I know myself. You know. So if you say like, let's say for example, if you're plat and you have a mindset of that, oh you're plat, you'll never get better because you just think you're plat. You know.
Yeah.
So you have to really adjust. You have to play the game to get better. You know, screw the rank. Look at yourself, guys. Look at yourself. Like, what rank do you think you really are?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why people are stuck in silver because they see their rank. Oh my God, I'm silver. This is where I'm at right now. But if you really look further into it, you can really unlock that potential.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think you have gold aim, prove it to yourself by killing all the silvers. You know.
Yeah.
So if you start losing a lot of games, just know that you're better than all of them. You know, just don't let it get to you. Like, oh, these silvers are clapping me. Oh, cool. You know. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, you understand.
I understand. That was great. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, just overall, just play the game to get better, guys. Don't think about rank.
Mm-hmm.
The rank will come to you. As long as you're on an uptrend to get better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got Radiant, but it wasn't because I thought I was Radiant. It's because I always play to get better. Like, every single game, I'm like, okay, I made this mistake. Okay, cool. All right. What's next?
Yes.
What's next for me? You feel me, guys?
Yeah. Very nice. So, speaking on improving, self-improvement, right? When did it occur to you that you were just better with your friends and you couldn't just like queue up with them anymore? And what was the conversation like?
Well, I just kind of like said, oh, I'm gonna just solo,
Mm-hmm.
and duo my way up, and eventually, like, honestly, playing with friends is cool. It's really fun, you know.
True. Yeah.
But if you're trying to climb and trying to be the best, sometimes you gotta let go. But I do play with them on my Smurf, you know, when I don't really care about my rank. You know, I still care about my friends. It's just if you want to climb with friends, they have to have the same mindset as you.
Yes.
They have to be able to want to get immortal, like really, really bad. Not just bad. They just want it bad. But they want it really, really bad. To a point that they're really just trying to get better at the game. Every single person has to have that mindset. Otherwise, you can't climb as a group.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because if you queue up as a group, you go against other groups too, 5 people.
Yeah.
And they got their own strategies. You know what I mean?
I see.
So, I mean, of course, like, I was playing with my group and they're all diamond. But none of them really wanted... I mean, they wanted Radiant, but they didn't want it as bad as me. I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
And I did that by solo queuing and trying to figure out my own niche to playing. You know what I mean? So playing in a group is it's always a bad thing, unless everybody has the same brain or same mindset. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Speaking on your own playstyle, how would you describe your personal playstyle and what agents do you pick?
Oh, for me, I'm pretty much all aim no brain. Like, I mean, I have game sense, but there are other Radiants that have more game sense than me. I'm solely aim. The way I play the game is that if I kill a lot of people in Radiant, I can turn it into a 5v4. And because we have numbers, we'll probably win the round. I play to be the best aimer in the game. You know, that's where I strive. Yeah, people can I leave all the game smarts to other Radiants for me. Yeah, you can play Austria and set it up for me, you know. But I come in there and get the kills, you know. I use the Vandal mostly, and I play for long range all the time. So the way I play is that every single angle I take a long range angle. Cause I know my weakness is that if someone is close up with the Phantom, I lose almost like 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
But that's why I like Breeze, because then everything is far range, and that's the weakness of most people. They can't really aim far, but I can. You know what I mean? So I play far as possible. Like it just works for me. And I say I'm really bad at close range, because I don't know. Some people are really good at it. I just can't. So when let's say I'm going into a site,
Okay.
I always like back up a little bit to take the farthest angle, because I know that's people's weaknesses. They can't aim far. Yeah. So if you're going against me, expect to have a long range fight all the time. You know, that's how I got Radiant. Because when I was climbing, I was like, I'm realizing people can't really aim far in this game. So, and I can. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna capitalize on it, you know?
Yeah. So crazy to randomly compare it to like sports. It sounds like that playstyle is as if you were playing against someone who was like left-handed or something when you're right-hand dominant. Like you're playing against their weaknesses, even though that's your own strength at the same time.
Yeah.
That's great.
And like people have their own niche. Like
Yeah.
some people play lurk style, some people play close range all the time. But one of the biggest weaknesses is people can't aim far. I don't know why. Maybe they don't say as close as the monitor to me. But yeah, I don't know. But you just have to find your own niche. You know what I mean? If you're good at something, if you're good at Skye, oh then play Skye. You know, people hate Skye going against her. Then play Skye then, if you like Skye. You know what I mean? If you're good at pop flashing through a corner with Skye, oh go do it. If it gets you a kill, then perfect. Right? That's why I play Reyna, because I'm selfish. I like to heal myself.
Oh, there
And
you
like,
go. Reyna player.
Yeah, I'm a Reyna player. Guys, I'm a Reyna player. Let me teach you guys something about Reyna though.
Okay.
All right. Guys, the biggest weakness about Reyna players is that they just stand in the back. When you play Reyna, you actually have to go in, guys. I'm a duelist main, by the way.
Okay.
So what goes on in my head is that what's more important isn't kills. What's more important is that you take the site on attack. Reyna is a very attack side agent, right? She can go in there and get a kill without getting punished. You can dismiss out. All right, guys. Guys, if you play entry frag, yeah, getting kills will not win you the game. I'm gonna tell you that. You know what wins you the game? You go in first, you get the kill, and you get your team on site. You plant the bomb, you play post plant. 9 times out of 10 you'll win that round, because then you're planting the bomb and you're putting pressure on defense to take the bomb, and then you're on attack, you're holding angles while they're trying to retake the bomb. There's a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, when people play duelist, what are you doing lurking? What you doing? You play Jet and you have a dash. You use it to dash in. What are you gonna do? Lurk? That dash is useless, you know? So when you guys play duelist, guys, the goal is you have to take the site. You have to create space. You know, space is more important than getting kills. What's better, guys? You getting kills or your team taking the site and guaranteeing the round win? If you take space, if you're covering enemy territory and they can't get access to that space anymore, you basically just won the round. Now you can just hold angles and hold their chokes when they come in. That's the mindset of a duelist. I can tell you, even diamond duelists, they just stay in the back, and I just get disappointed. I'm like, okay, you're diamond and you just stay in the back. Okay, then play something else. Then go play smokes. You know, go play smokes. You can be in the back. If you play duelist, there's a reason why it's called duelist, guys.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why. Yeah. Oh yeah, duelist has a dash. Wow. Am I supposed to stay in the back with that? Not really. You use that to create space. That's why Jet is the top tier agent right now, because she can dash in and cause that distraction, and everybody just like looks for her when she dashes in her smoke. And next thing you know, you have a team right behind her, aiming at you when you're trying to look for Jet. That's why Jett is top tier right now, guys. And Reyna's top tier too, because if you're good at aiming, you can go in first, get a kill, dismiss out. There you go. You just saved your life. But can you do that as Brimstone? Not really. You go in, you get a kill, you get traded. And next thing you know, you're dead. So that's why duelists exist, guys. That's why Phoenix exists. His ultimate can go in to get some kills without any punishment. But you can't really do that as a Cypher. You know? That's the thing about duelists, guys. If you're in the back as duelist, what are you doing? You go play something else, right? Like you have the kit for it. And this game is very like skill heavy, guys. It's not like Counter-Strike where it's aim heavy. You just have a rifle. In Counter-Strike, you can just sit there and get kills. Whoever goes first is cool. You know? You can stand in back if you want and get kills. You can lurk. There's no abilities. So if you lurk, you shoot a gun. That's it. That's why Cypher can lurk really well, because his trips are around the map. He can put a camera somewhere and watch it. He's meant to be a lurker, Cypher, but not really duelist, you know. So that's the thing about duelist. So if you're trying to play a duelist, guys, just go in. You gotta take some space for your team. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the round. If you're just gonna be dancing around on attack, like not penetrating the site, and then eventually your team's just gonna fall apart because they're gonna flank you. You know what I mean? Yep.
Nice. I feel so much passion from the way you explain it. It's amazing to get all this insight.
No problem. No problem.
Like seriously, the more you talk, it just gives me more questions. So this is kind of going back a little bit, because you stated that you're a Vandal player, right? You know for a fact there's always like a debate, Vandal versus Phantom, right? So how would you settle it in your own head? Like, should you be using a Vandal or Phantom player, or does it depend on your play style? Can you elaborate?
There's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, true.
If someone thinks the Phantom is good all around, then go ahead and use it. You just have to. You just don't use a gun because people say it's good. You know, if you think it's good, that's all that matters. If you think the Stinger is good right now and you can get kills with it, go ahead and use it. Like on your eco rounds instead of buying a Sheriff. There's no right or wrong. They do have advantages, the Vandal versus Phantom. Like the Phantom is better at spraying through smokes because they can't track your bullets. And it has a 30 clip instead of a 25. So if you're going against big groups, it's easier to use the Phantom. But you can do the same with the Vandal. But the Vandal is more like a tap type of gun. If you can get really good, if you're really good at headshots, the Vandal is better than the Phantom. At any range, even close range, if you're good at shooting heads, is better than the Phantom. It doesn't really matter. Some people like to spray, then they use the Phantom. Doesn't mean it's a better gun. It's more suitable for spraying. It really depends on you. For me, I use the Vandal because then I want to guarantee my headshots long range. I don't want to do 2 shots, you know. And it's because it's what I'm good at. Like, I use the Vandal. It's easy to get headshots with it for me, and I don't have to worry about that 140 to the head. I use the Phantom sometimes if I'm fighting close range, and they're all grouped up, and at close range is guaranteed 1 shot to the head. But guys, do not use a specific gun if people say it's good. I use both because I'm good at both. You know what I mean? I know how to use both. But if you don't know how to use the Phantom, don't use it in rank. Just use Vandal all the way. If you're really used to Vandal, and if you're popping off with it, just don't start using it if you're not good at it. And if you want to use the Phantom, go practice in Unrated or something, or deathmatch. You know, I know pros say like, "Oh yeah, Phantom is better." They're only saying that because in pro tournaments, you go against like a bunch of smokes and all util flying at the same time. So they're saying to use the Phantom because they all rushing at once, and there's a lot of smokes, so you gotta spray through the smoke, try to get a lucky kill, you know. Yeah. But honestly, the Vandal is more suitable for solo play. Cause then when you go in, it's not perfect. You're playing with random people, you know. But it's all biased opinion, guys. So just use your favorite gun. I would
Yeah.
say. I I got to Radiant with just Vandal mainly.
Hmm.
You know, and people say, oh, Vandal's the worst gun. But then I got to Radiant by it. So what does that prove? You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's because, like, I got to Radiant with the Vandal when people tell me, oh, the Phantom's better. So what does that prove? You know, it proves that their opinions are biased. You know, I mean, they just listen to the pros. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. There's like a Immortal Marshall player. Only Marshall only. Well, what does he prove? He proves the world that you can get to Immortal with just Marshall only. Because you know why? Because he's good at the gun and you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Nice touch on the debate basically between the guns.
Yep.
Yeah, so aside from those, would you say that there's like a broken gun right now? Like the most broken gun as of the update we have today?
Oh. I think everything's balanced except the I think the Marshall was really broken. For like 950 and you can kill someone for far range for the headshot. If you got the Marshall, it's actually terrorizing for just 950 credits.
Yeah.
And I think the Spectre's broken too, because there's no
Okay.
punishment. Those two guns, they're not the rifles, but a Spectre can kill so easily. You don't even have to try. You just like run, and you spray, and you just get two lucky headshots, and it's not really that fair. So, I think the Spectre should be more expensive, like 1800 instead of 1600. There's no punishment, guys. You just run in and you shoot, and as long as like your crosshairs on them, you'll probably kill them. But then the rifles, you actually have to aim. But Spectre, you just mindlessly just play it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty broken. Because like, I think the game should be balanced based off skill, not just you run and gun, and you try to get a kill like that. And the judge too. Yeah, lower the fire rate on that. That's too strong. If you can kill someone in one shot with no effort, honestly, you just camp a corner and you just get a kill.
Yeah.
It's not right to me. In
See.
CS:GO, the shotguns and SMGs, they suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to try so hard to get a kill with them. But in Valorant, it's just like it's a one shot thing.
Yeah.
Or with Spectre, you just run around with it. You can peek out the corner without even stopping and kill somebody. I think that's unfair, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You want to make Valorant a skill game, you make those weaker, and you make everybody focus on the sheriff, the rifles, and the
Mhm.
marshal. So something aim based, you know.
Yeah. Nice take on that. We were talking about the most broken. What do you think's undervalued or just like the weakest right now?
The weakest,
Yeah. Any of the guns.
probably the ghost, because then like the ghost doesn't have the right click potential. The classic is really strong.
Mhm.
Like you can jump over a box and right click them with no punishment, because they can't aim you. Like, if you jump over a box and right click them, you can probably get a headshot. I think the ghost is very inconsistent. When I'm firing the ghost, it feels like my bullets are going everywhere. And like,
I see.
so I think the ghost should be a little bit more accurate. Like the bullets just fly everywhere. And plus it's 500 credit in the beginning. Like what am I supposed to do against that? I have a classic versus a ghost. The ghost will always lose close range. But you're spending 500 credits versus a free gun, you know?
Yeah.
So either you nerf the classic or you buff the ghost. One of those. The ghost it's one of my favorite guns because it's like, oh, okay, it rewards you for getting headshots. But if you're getting right click by a classic, what's the point? What's the point of aiming? If someone can just go up to you, put their crosshair on you, and then right click, like, what's the skill level using the classic? Almost nothing. almost
Mhm.
nothing. You can just like right click somebody with no skill. So yeah, I think Valorant's problem is that the guns that can kill, they can kill you easily without even trying. AKA the classic, the Spectre, the Judge. You don't even have to try. You can kill a high elo player just sitting in the corner with the Judge. No matter how good their aim is, you can still kill them with the Judge if they walk into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely make the game harder in that aspect.
Okay. Nice. So as a Radiant player, have you ever considered going pro?
Oh, absolutely not. Because then I do have a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and I don't know. For me, streaming is actually a continuation of my passion. Like it allows me to talk to people, to express my thoughts, and to make people's day.
Mm-hmm.
But when I play in pro play, cool, people watching me because I'm good. But I can't really develop my personal relationships with people.
Yeah.
If I want to stress myself even more, I go in the pro scene. Cool, I'll get more exposure. Cool, I might make money off of it. Maybe streaming will make me less money, but then it'll kill my passion if I go pro. I can't stream anymore. I can't be people's friends. I won't have time anymore. So I'd rather just be a streamer, bro.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So, still on the topic about pros. You've already told me this, but I guess this is for the audience too. What has your experience been like playing with and against pros, and how do you think they differ as compared to other Radiant players that aren't pros?
Okay. Let me list out the pros I went against. I actually know a lot of them. I went against Shroud before in Valorant. I went against Rosa, Genji Huin, FPS Deki, no FPS Deny. I went against Deki, Plu, Jimmy Jam. Everybody you can imagine. I probably went against once. Maybe not the big pros, because they play in central servers, but I'm talking about the pros in west servers.
Okay.
So I've seen I went against Peer VNS. I dueled with Reprive before. So all the big names out there, I probably went against them. So the difference is that they're consistent. Like they're very consistent. People have bad days and stuff and they suck at the game.
Yeah.
Like I have those days too. But the difference between a Radiant player and a pro is that pros are so consistent. Like when you see a pro, they're expected to top frag every day, every time, or every day as well. And you know why? What's the secret? Is because they set up their ergonomics to their playstyle. I mean, their monitors are perfect, their mouse pad's perfect, their mouse is perfect, and the way they sit is so consistent to a point that when they hop on, they can just top frag every time. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And that pros will never forget about their fundamentals in the game. Fundamentals as in the basic counter strafe, the basic lurking, the basic corner checking. Pros always check everything. They don't forget. They don't get lazy. You know, when you get tilted in the game, you actually get a little lazy. Like, okay, I'm gonna try and get kills. I'm tilted. I just want kills. I forget that, okay, there's a bomb you need to plant. There's angles you need to hold. Maybe you gotta look for the lurker on the other side. Like, the more you get tilted, guys, you just start forgetting, like, the fundamentals, guys. Like when I get tilted, I forget to counter strafe. I lose a little confidence in my movement, and that punishes me. So what I like to do is I tell myself, okay, let's slow down my gameplay, and let's check my corners, and let's not forget to counter strafe. You know, because yeah, like I said, guys, in the chat, guys, if you do get tilted or you get frustrated, you will forget about your fundamentals of being a good player. You will start skipping over everything. You just start just going in and just trying to get kills. Because you know why? Because that makes it feel good if you do get kills without the fundamentals. But you always have to stay grounded. And just remember do those things. You know what I mean? Otherwise, they'll just punish you and punish you and punish you, and then you just start falling like crazy.
Yeah.
And against pros, they always run their fundamentals. They always check every corner. They're very careful. They're more patient than the average player.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Great explanation. Do you like usually duo queue and stuff with other Radiant players and pros, or what? How close are you to some of them?
I'm not really like close to any pros
Yeah.
to like duo queue with them. I mean, I know them, but I do queue a lot of Radiant demons. So people like Nguyen or like Reprieve, like the well-known Radiant players. So Nguyen, Reprieve, let's see who else is Radiant. Sometimes Raikin, and I know FPS Deny pretty well. I haven't dueled with him yet, but I know if I asked him, he would be down. Sometimes I play with Watson. You guys know Watson. So all the high elo people that are Radiant but not like in the pro scene, I know them pretty well. So when they see my name, they're like, "Oh shit, that's Extrawired, blah blah blah." And then when I see the name, I'm like, "Okay, I see you in my game. You know, I gotta clap you real quick." You know.
Yeah. So there's like friendly banter and stuff every time too. It sounds like.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually more chill and Radiant than you guys think. Yeah, so in Platinum, people are like super try hard and they're like, you know what, fuck out my game, blah blah blah, and they're all like aggressive and shit.
Yeah.
But when you get to like Radiant, everybody's just messing around. It's actually hilarious. Like you'll see games where you have knife first round or knife second, third round only, and then people are just having a good time because they already know they're good. They're already in Radiant, so they're just chilling. And like you see like crazy stuff like 360 judges, and I don't know, it's more chill. And the people in Radiant, like when you communicate to them, they're all just chill. They're just chilling, playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, because people in Radiant, they have a very calming mindset. They're like, okay, who cares if I lose? You know, I'm just playing the game for fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know me? So yeah.
All right, cool. And you were talking about specifically strafing. Would you like to, you know, elaborate or explain to people what counter strafing is and the proper way to do it? Because you definitely pointed that out for me, and I would love to like actually hear it from you, you know?
Right. Alright guys. If you guys learn about counter strafing, 9 times out of 10, you probably do it wrong. When you see people do it, you know, a good counter strafe means that you're moving left and right. So you're pressing A and you're pressing D and you're pressing A and you're pressing D, and you're shooting in between. That's a counter strafe. Now, to explain what a counter strafe is, you're going left and right and you're shooting in between, right? But you shoot it at the right moment where it's accurate. So if you shoot it, if you time it a little off, your bullets will go everywhere. But there is a little window when you move left and right where if you shoot, it'll become accurate. And that window is when you change direction. Let's say you're moving left, right? Right when you're about to come in and stop, that's when you shoot. You don't shoot when you stop. You shoot right when you're about to come in and stop. And then you strafe right. You shoot when you're about to stop. So when you're going left, right, you shoot a couple bullets and you change direction. You shoot a couple bullets, you change direction, right? But what makes a good counter strafe though? Because a lot of mistake I see people make is that when they're moving left and right, they move and then they stop and then they shoot, but it's basically standing still because you're standing still, and then you're vulnerable to your headshot. You know what I'm saying? And then might as well just not move at all, right? So what they do is they move, they pause, they shoot, move, and then they move the opposite direction, and then they stop and they shoot. So, for example, left, stop, shoot, right, stop, shoot, left, stop, shoot, vice versa, you know? And like when you're adding the pause, you're making yourself vulnerable. So the correct way to counter strafe is that you move left and right constantly. You don't stop at all. And then you shoot right when you're about to change direction. So you're just moving left and right and shooting. So you're like a constant moving target. That's how you counter strafe. And I see people in like platinum and diamond, they don't understand it. You know? Why is this so important though? You move left and right and shoot. Why is that important? Okay, the point is you're trying to make it hard for the enemy to shoot you. If you stand still, you're gonna instantly just get dinked in the head, and what happens? Oh yeah, you're dead. Oh cool. You know, good job, right? But if you move left and right, you're gonna make it harder for them to shoot you, so you have more seconds to live, and those extra seconds that you live, you'll probably get the kill. You know what I'm saying? So when you're peeking out the corner, don't just peek and stand there and shoot. Just kind of like, just jiggle it, and like right when you're about to change direction, just shoot. You feel me, guys? Because what's important in this game is that you need to make it hard to hit you. It's like defense to yourself. Basically, if you stand and shoot, you're a glass cannon, right? You just get one tapped. But if you make it hard for them to shoot you, they'll make mistakes too. If you're moving constantly, you're going to definitely make them whiff their shots, and then bam, you get a kill for free. You know what I mean? So it's a mind game, you know?
Yeah.
That's why if you go against a really good player, it's hard to hit them in the head, because then you're constantly like tracking them. You know? So in order to go against a good player, you need good defense too, as well as offense. You know?
Yeah. How many would you say there's a certain number of bullets you need to shoot or spray before shifting back and forth or left and right?
Yeah, you can't really like spray down.
Yeah.
It's like tap tap tap, move tap tap tap. Maybe they're probably like 2 shots with the vandal.
Oh, okay.
But you tap tap in between those successions of changing direction.
Yeah.
But you don't spray down, because the more you spray down, it will actually mess up your spray. You feel me?
So to like thoroughly explain like how it works with the keyboard and mouse, what would you say? Like, let's say starting with the left movement, clicking A or holding on to A, right? How would you explain that? For
So
the
when you're moving, right when you're about to let go of A. Let's say you're moving left. Right when you're about to let go of A, that's when you shoot. You don't shoot after you let go. You don't shoot after you let go and you come to a complete stop. So you shoot right when you change directions. You know? So A, D, A, D. You shoot right before you change direction. That's how you make an accurate shot. Now, in the chat, if you're hearing this, go test this in the range, right? Just don't shoot after you let go. It's before you let go of the direction. But don't stand still, guys. Just keep AD, AD, AD. But before you change direction, shoot that shot. Test it in the practice range, everybody. Right, FPS Zaza? You're in the range right now. Hey, tell me in the chat how you feel about that after you tested it. All right.
Yeah, and there was also a question.
I see his question. Yeah.
There you go.
Overused crouch while shooting. Yeah, all I ask is that you guys don't crouch before you shoot. Like, you're running and then you see enemy and you crouch and you shoot. Yeah, of course you get the kill, right? But then if you're going against better players, you're probably gonna get traded. As in, okay, you shoot, so you come to a stop and you crouch and you shoot. Okay, you get the kill, but the other person peeking out will see you as very stationary, and you're just gonna get shit on. So the correct way to do it is that if you get a kill, no. If you're in the succession of shooting people, you start crouching when you miss your shots to restabilize. Think of it this way, right? You're going against somebody, 1v1 situation. You shoot your first few shots, right? If you miss them, that time frame of them aligning their crosshair to your head, that's when you start crouching. So let's say you're shooting an enemy, you miss your first 3 shots, right? Let's say you shot first, right? And you miss your shots. In the first 3 shots that you missed, that gives them time for them to align their crosshair to your head. And that's when you crouch to correct your aim. And then you'll dodge a headshot, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So I missed my first 3 shots, then I start crouching to recorrect my aim. But at the same time, when I'm crouching, that's when they have their crosshair on my head and ready to shoot. So when they're shooting, and right when I crouch, I'll dodge a headshot. Yeah, it's really fast, guys.
Yeah. Thank you for the breakdown. That was good. Hi, Milky. Welcome in. Cool. Now these are probably a few more random questions about to it, because the bulk of this is Valorant, so I appreciate the answers.
No problem. Wait, PT has a question real quick.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I have a question about resetting mid-fight. Someone mentioned about watching the barrel of the gun. Watching the barrel of the gun. Interesting. I wouldn't watch the barrel, to be honest, Peachy. Oh, Peach Milky, I mean. That might be a little too distracting. If you want to reset mid-fight, first of all, you shouldn't be resetting mid-fight. You shouldn't really spray down, you know? If you spray down, it's hard to reset, you know? So, like to watch, see if it dropped down. Oh, no, don't watch the barrel. Don't watch the barrel. Just watch the crosshair. All right. So, if you want to reset mid-fight, yeah, you can by crouching. Like I said, like I just explained, you only crouch to correct your aim. You don't crouch in the very initial moment when you shoot, because that's when you'll get headshotted. That's when you're stationary. So you shoot like 4 or 5 bullets, right? And then if you miss those shots, add the crouch. It'll recorrect your aim. That's how you reset mid-fight. But if the fight is very long, right? I'd say you pull out your knife and run to a corner. And that's when you fully reset. But there's only some situations like that. You know what I mean? You can't just pull out your knife and start running. You'll probably get shot. But in certain situations where it's viable, where you can actually get to a corner as fast as possible without taking any damage, that's when you should reset. Mm-hmm. If you start missing all your shots, even with the crouch, and they're still behind a corner, run to a corner, reset, or just rotate or something, or retake the fight by peeking the corner again once your aim is resetted. You feel me, Peach?
Great. We'll just see if what Peach replies with, but oh, there you go. Yes. Awesome. So you talked about yourself, like things you personally need to work on, right? Like criticism. What would you say you still need to work on, like, to this day? Have any other players given you pointers as well, personally?
Not really. Probably because I'm like playing at the highest level, but I do have an agenda of how to get better. Think of it this way, guys. I'm Radiant, but I still have to get better, like you guys. You know, it's a lifelong learning experience. I don't want you guys to think I'm Radiant and I've already have everything set in my life. Like, oh Lord, like I'm so good at the game. Oh wow, I have no problems. Guys, I have my own problems in Radiant. Just how you guys have problems in Silver, Platinum, Diamond, you guys have your own problems, you know? You guys have your own improvements to make. But I have my own problems, you know? My problem is that, yes, I'm good at the game, but my problem is staying consistent. Like, how am I supposed to drop 20, 30 kills per game? You know? And my problem is that I need to always constantly move my monitor or change my crosshair, because sometimes it don't work for me, you know? And if I feel like I'm doing bad in the game, I start wondering why, you know? And for me, I'm still trying to find my perfect sensitivity, my perfect way of sitting. So I'm always changing. I'm always trying to find what works for me. I know what works for me, But there are some things that, for example, monitor how close it is to your face. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still constantly trying to figure, whether I put it closer to my face or not. Or my keyboard, should I put it further from my desk? So that's the biggest problem. Consistency is my weakness, and there's a lot of people's weakness. I do a good job in trying to figure it out, but it feels like I'll never be consistent forever. And to become pro, you really have to be comfortable of where you can seek out that inconsistency. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of monitor placement, do you have perfect vision? That's just like a random question.
I wear contacts, actually.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, like, when I'm not playing on stream, then I just wear glasses, but I actually like just having contacts.
Mm-hmm.
That extra, I mean, I have like 18 out of 20 vision. It's not that bad, but that extra 2 that I add on to become 20, it actually makes a difference when I play a game. I need to be able to see their head clearly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, that was just out of curiosity. All right. Do you believe there's like a time frame, specifically like degen hours, for example, is like when all the good players play?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Probably from like 2 a.m. to like 6.
Oh snap. Okay.
So if you play at night,
Mm-hmm.
you're going against all the people who are trying to grind for elo and are trying their best to win the game. That's where I come across all the pro players.
Oh,
After like
2
2
to 6.
a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
I go against all like the demons in rank. Yeah. So if you really want to climb, guys, and if you don't want to go against the best players ever, play from like 7 p.m. to like 12 at night. And that 5-hour time frame, like, you got people that are just getting off of work and they're really tired, so you can pretty much take advantage of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but if you play at night, you're going against you're tired yourself at night. So if you're going against like good players at night, they're trying to grind for their rank, so they will take the game very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a challenge that you're trying to if you're trying to play at night, you're challenging yourself. But if you feel like a demon at night, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Great. And now I think these next questions I thought of are more so opinionated. So towards you personally. Do you have your own favorite skins?
Oh, my own favorite skins?
Yeah.
Oh man. Honestly, damn. The default weapon I use is the Prime Vandal. You can never go wrong with that.
Prime
But my
Vandal.
favorite skin, my favorite skin to use on the Vandal is the Origin, because I feel like the shots are very crispy for no reason. I feel like the bullet trace to that gun is very thin, so when you're shooting it, it feels like it's a beam. That's how I feel about it. And then the Ruination Phantom goes hard. Yeah, the Ruination Phantom goes really hard. I don't know why, but it feels like an aimbot when I use it. And also, which I don't have, the Prime Phantom goes really hard, because then it feels like I'm using a Vandal, but I'm really not. It feels like the Vandal when I use it. Sheriff skin, I'd say the Sentinels of Light is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it feels like the bullets travel faster when you use it. I don't know why. It's just a placebo, but I like it. And then for the classic, I don't have it, but it's the Forsaken classic. I don't know why.
Okay.
I think it's a tracer on it. It's green, so it's very easy to track the bullets. Yeah, those are my favorite. What about chat? So Dreamy says he has the Prime Phantom. Wow, I hate you. Damn, that's crazy. I've been looking for that in my shop for so long, and it still hasn't given it to me. Dreamy Kev, come on now. I mean, dude, if there was a function to, trade skins, I'd give you my best skin for that. You know what I'm saying? And Milky says, Prime Vandal. Oh, Prime Vandal goes hard. It's a very good gun to default to if you're looking for a gun to play with, because it feels like a beam, Zaza says, Prime Phantom is in my shop, but I use Oni. Oh, Oni goes hard too. I wish there was like different sound effects to it. FPS Zaza. Otherwise, it's a pretty good skin overall. I like the design of it, but I wish like they changed the sound of it. Oh come on, Riot. Are you lazy? Where's Sunny? Right?
Yeah.
Don't be lazy, Riot.
So you feel it, like it makes a difference. The skins, the sound effects, and everything for you too.
Yeah, because then like for me, I like to play with fresh stuff.
Yeah.
As in, I always like to change my skins and change my crosshair all the time. Because if I stick with one skin and stick with the same crosshair for too long, I don't know, I get bored of it and then I start whiffing my shots. But if I keep changing my skin and my crosshair, it'll feel refreshed to me. It'll feel like a new game. So you tend to do a little better when things are fresh.
Yeah.
Or you tend to have this placebo effect of doing better because you're like, oh wow, I haven't used this for a while and looks like I'm hitting my shots. It feels good, you know. And Ralphie says those prime skins feel like it packs a punch. Oh yeah, 100%. And it feels like because the bullet tracer is on the prime, you can see the bullets travel. Like it makes it easier to hit. You know what I'm saying? And then you look forward to the kill sound the prime Vandal makes. Like it's like it feels like a punch. It feels like a watermelon hitting a wall. You know what I mean? When you kill somebody.
Did you mention your favorite knife?
Oh, favorite knife?
Yeah.
Right now I have the butterfly knife. That's been treating me pretty well. I don't know. I just like fidgeting with things, you know?
Yeah.
If it's not the butterfly knife, I really like the daggers. Like the Forsaken dagger or the Reaver dagger and the Elder Flame dagger, which I don't have any of them, which is my mistake because I just like the dagger feeling. Because I have the Sovereign Sword and the Glitch Pop Axe, and it's cool to hold a handheld thing, but it feels different with the dagger, you know? You feel more sleek with it. That's what I like about it. And that's why I bought the butterfly knife, because you feel very sleek when you use it.
Yeah.
Oh, Trans says so. Oh, you're talking about Wilson, not me.
Nah, there's no way.
Tran.
Welcome. First time meeting.
Welcome in, bro.
All right, and we talked about guns. What's the worst agent?
What's the worst agent?
Yeah. Because you like duelists, so.
And
you basically said Jet is like top tier.
Oh, Jet is top tier, guys.
Yeah.
She's better than Reyna. In high elo play, Jet is necessary. Because like she has smokes, she has dashes, so she can get away with anything. Like you can get shot and then smoke the ground, and next thing you know they're gone. You know, you can dash out of it. She has so many escape potential. Jet is the strongest right now. And the worst agent? That's tough. I think it's let's see, let me think. I think it's Yoru.
Yoru?
Yeah. Yoru works in low elo because you can teleport with no consequence, but in high elo, like it's so predictable. Like if you go to A, obviously when he teleports, he's at B or something.
Yeah.
It's so predictable, guys, and his flashes are actually ass. Like it's so easy to predict them. Like Sky is so strong right now because like the bird comes out the corner and you can't react to it.
Yeah.
It's so fast. Like even you can say you can have the fastest reaction in the world, but you can't react against a bird that's coming out the corner. It's almost impossible, guys. No matter how good you are, you can't really escape from the Sky flash. If you're going against a really good Sky and they're flashing out the smoke and you're not expecting it, you're pretty much done for. But then Yoru's flash bounces. It has to bounce, and that gives you enough time to look away. Like Phoenix flash is faster than Yoru's. It's hard to look away from that. Breach's flash is really easy. It's because it makes a sound when you shoot it in the wall. It makes a sound before it pops. So it's easy to look away from that. Reyna is so easy if you have a team to shoot that orb. But Yoru's flashes are actually bad. And then KO is actually worse. because like when you see it, you'll start glowing, and then next thing you know, you can look away. So, but yeah, yours good is actually so bad. Like, okay, yeah, you can ultimate and get info, but I mean, it's cool, but you can't really like utilize yourself in the battle once you're in that form. So when you go in, it's like a 4v5 for like 10 seconds. Of course, you get info and shit. I don't know, guys. It's actually so ass. So definitely buff Yoru or change his kit. It's not that good. So if you play Yoru, you're pretty much throwing a little bit. Unless you're really good at aiming, he's not the right character for a team comp. That's why he never appears in pool play at all. The moment I see Yoru in pro play, it probably won't be like when I'm 30. All right.
Oh snap.
Oh, and what's up? Oh, Erica B is in here. What's up, Erica B? Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, welcome
How's
in.
Vegas so far?
Great. And that's your opinion of the worst agent. But how about you playing on the agent? What's your worst agent?
My worst?
Yeah.
Anybody that has lineups.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I actually, you know what's funny, guys? You know I'm Radiant. I know 0 lineups. I know 0 lineups.
Uh-huh.
You know what it proves to me? I'll prove to you guys. You can get to Radiant without knowing any lineups. You just play agents that don't have any lineups. Guys, you don't have to be knowledgeable in lineups to get to a high rank. You know?
Yeah.
You just avoid playing them. So when I play Viper, sometimes I play for a team. So when Breeze happens and nobody wants to pick Viper, I play Viper. I know how to put the walls, but I know lineups will win the game. So every time I play Viper, I'm like, bet, like I don't know, I'm too lazy to learn. So I just rely on my gunplay. That's probably my worst agent though. I suck at Viper.
Okay.
Like when an agent has too much brains, like Viper and Astra, I tend to, I don't like it because that playstyle is just too, it's just too clunky. Like I have to worry about putting the orb up, or like an Astra, I need to go on Astra form, put some balls on the map, But like, it's too clunky for me. I'm the type to just go in and take space. Like I like the adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
And like the heroes that don't allow me to have adrenaline, it's like, oh, I'm in the back, and then next thing you know, like I'm just chilling in the back, and that'll actually lower my confidence because then I'm not fighting. I don't have the adrenaline rush. So when I fight somebody, I tend to miss my shots. I need something that'll get me in, get my blood pumping, and I thrive off like fast fights. Like when I go in, a lot of adrenaline just kicks into me, and then that's how I win my games.
Yeah.
So if it's Viper, I can't really do much. Like I always have to be alive. I have to hold the bomb, and then I have to put up my wall, and then it's just too much thinking. Like I have no brain when I play this game, guys. I mean, I do have a brain. I understand like rotations and I'm playing with the team, but when it comes to like mechanics like that, it's just too much for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's like way too much.
There you go. So Viper.
How
would you rank the maps? Your personal favorite to least? I know you mentioned
that-
Breeze is like.
That's easy for me. Let's see.
Go for it. Go for
All right, Haven, number 1.
Oh, okay.
Best map, and then Ascent, and then Bind, and then Split, and then Breeze, and then Icebox. Icebox, dude, the worst map ever made. It's so boring, guys. You just go A, and like when you're defending on Icebox, it's so hard to go against a team that knows how to play A. Like they come in different angles. I just don't understand it. My win rate in Icebox is so freaking low. I don't understand. It just doesn't work for me. It's that map is so hard. Yeah, because like there's like you can go on pipes, you can go on belts, and then there's the nest. There's like 2 nests to worry about. Like, bro. Yeah, it's just too much. Too much brain power. You feel me?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about Icebox? You like the map?
Honestly, similar to you, Breeze and Icebox are my least favorites. So, but I don't know. It's just the feel like when I play, I just don't enjoy playing on those maps.
It's too complicated, and like too many angles, and I don't know. I think Haven's best map because it can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
It can be very attack side or defense side. That's what I like about it.
Okay.
And like the map is like simple. It's like fast, fast, fast. And you can expect them A, B, C. And from Icebox, dude, what is this? Someone goes through kitchen, you're basically fucked. Cause then you can't really watch kitchen, you know?
Yeah.
And then let's say your team is stacked on A, and then the other team goes B, and then when you go B, someone's at 9 times out of 10, there's some opponent sitting in the kitchen right now, waiting on you. So you have that like, you can just die by that easily. It's actually so bad.
Okay.
It's so easy to just camp there. I just don't like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. So that's regarding maps. Cool. Do you personally op? Are you a good opper?
Well, I opt to troll.
Oh.
So I when I play my main and I play for real, I just
Yeah.
use rifle only. I'm more of a rifler.
Okay.
But right now on my Smurf, I'm taking it to Immortal for no reason and then never touching an account. I've been going Op Reina and then just clapping the diamonds, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a fun gun. But I'm much better at rifling.
Rifling. Yeah.
Let's say. Yeah. I know Op is very essential though. It's a very, very strong gun in the right hand, you know? So if you guys watching my stream, the only time I op is like when I play Reina and I just mess around. Cause like you're not really supposed to op on Reina. It's not like, I mean, she's a good agent. You can actually op on her. You can dismiss, but it's better op on Jet, you know.
Yeah.
But in pro play, like high elo, I don't op at all. It's just not my forte, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
What about chat? See, do you guys like opping, or do you guys hate going against ops?
Big oppers. Yeah. It's rough going against oppers though. I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah.
But it's easy to counter them actually, if you just jump peek it. Yeah. If you jump peek out the corner, you can bait an op shot, and then your team can just rotate. So it's not as like hard as you think, guys. You just have to learn the skills to go against an op. You feel me? Let's see. Chat says I'm retired opper. I hate going against the op. Just gun me, fam. I'm ass, so regardless, I die. Yeah, guys. If you guys go against oppers, you either flash it, or you smoke it. Use a brain when you go against it, and then do a jump peek. You know. Because you can get info on the op without even dying. So if you guys don't know what the jump peek is, go ahead and go on YouTube and search it up. I just peeked the moppers and they die. Oh, okay. You're saying your aim is too good. I see it, bro. I like the confidence, my guy.
See people do it all the time. There you go, YouTube. Let's go.
Yeah, learn on YouTube. There's plenty of tutorials, guys. If you guys want to go against ops, do know how to jump peek. That's important.
Yeah. If you guys have
let me take a 1 minute break.
Oh,
I gotta use it.
Okay. I was gonna ask you too. If you needed a break because we're about to transition.
For sure.
Right,
1 minute, guys.
Go for it. Yeah. So if you guys have any more questions in regards to Valorant, just feel free to ask Hung, because we're gonna transition like very, very soon. I probably have like one more question. It's like such a random question. Yeah. This is very insightful. I mean, we definitely started things off talking about him, his personal life, and all that. But now this is also like his current life, streaming, Valorant, being a Radiant player. Very knowledgeable, so it's like you could grasp a lot of information from this. But yeah, Cherish Stream Pod. Secret Lab sponsorship? Question mark? Nope. Yeah, I just... Every time he speaks on things, it just... Like, questions just flick. I didn't even prepare any of these Valorant questions. We're just, like, going on and on about it. But to give you guys a heads up, what's next is probably a lot of random questions. Like, quick hitters, what I would call it. And then there is one topic we did not get into, and we don't have to. It really depends on him. And that is relationships. Like, you know, romantic relationships. This is almost like a deep dive into his personal life, so it's great. The context to everything he has to say.
All right, I'm back. How you guys? How you guys enjoying the podcast?
Welcome back.
We should all thank Wilson for hosting this podcast.
Hey, I appreciate that. And thank you too for being a special guest, episode 4.
No problem, no problem.
Yeah, so we're closing out on the Valorant talk. Pretty
Okay.
much, you know. So this is just like a random question for a specific character. When do you think is the best time or how to utilize Sage's res?
Ooh. Definitely like let's say like the team outnumbers you too much, don't use it.
Okay.
If you're down too many people, don't use it. It's a waste.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like it's a 3v5, right? And your team gets one pick and then it turns into a 3v4, that's when you should use it.
Okay.
You shouldn't really bait. So use it as bait, because then you use it, you rest somebody and you know they're there. If they kill you, they kill the person that's rezzed. So you just wasted res and you just gave them another kill. You know what I mean? Not the more you should use, if you're gonna res in the middle of a battle, definitely put the wall up. Don't be afraid of wasting $400. Is 300, probably 300 now, the wall. Don't be afraid of wasting $300 on that wall to res somebody. Yo, res is really, really strong, guys.
Yeah.
Sage is like top tier because of it, especially in like high and low. Having one extra person alive is very important. But yeah, if it's, I don't know, you just use it. Just make sure you gauge the numbers. Like if it's a 1v2 situation, res is probably prominent. Just make sure you're safe to turn it back to a 2v2. But you should never use it if there's too many people up on the other side, because 9 times out of 10 you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
Going against 5 people, unless you're like a god or something, and you can turn that into a 1v3. Then the res is good because it turns into a 2v3 and you have a higher chance of winning. But don't waste res for no reason, and don't bait it. You know, baiting is so bad. If you try to bait somebody using a res, hoping that they'll shoot the person getting res, no, they're gonna shoot you first because you're the one alive. There's no way they'll shoot the res person first, you know?
Yeah, higher.
Unless they're really tired that day and they're like, okay, let me kill the res person first, and then you'll probably get the kill. But most likely, they'll go for the person alive first, and once they kill you, they kill the person getting rezzed, and the next thing you know, you lose the res.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like in some situations, it's okay to hold on to res. You guys don't have to use it like instantly. You know, it is better to use it all the time to put on cooldown. But if it throws you around like that, you shouldn't use it. It's better to hold on. And using it on equal rounds where you barely have any good guns, more than likely it's a bad idea, because then yeah, you rest somebody, yeah, you have a numbers advantage, but they have rifles, so they have more kill potential than you. Unless it's like a 5v3 and you just maybe like a 5v2 and then someone dies, it's better to res to guarantee the win. I don't know, just play numbers, guys. Just play numbers. Just play what makes sense, you know?
So would you ever, like, for example, res for the next eco round or no?
Res for the next eco round?
Like, because if you res someone, they have a gun, extra gun, right? And you know you might be broke next round.
Yeah, that's completely fine too. I'm personally not for it, but I see what it can do to the team. It adds, like, you can recover a rifle.
Yeah.
But it's just a rifle. It's only 2,900. So I honestly think you shouldn't.
Okay.
You know?
Great. So does anyone else have any questions in regards to Valorant before we, I guess, transition? If so, later on we can jump back.
Yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys have any Valorant questions. And welcome in, Andy. What's up, bro? Calling the Radiant coach. What's up, bro?
Yep.
And Peach says res also gives away your location. It's like a 2v2. Yeah, I know. Just be careful when you use it, Peach. All right. Just be smart about it. Just don't res for no reason. Just because you have res, you know?
Yeah, so from here, I guess we could just dial a little bit back into streaming specifically. Randomly, have you ever dealt with hate or trolls, and how do you really take it?
I never really dealt with hate messages. I think I do a pretty good job just being chill on stream.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't inflict any pain onto other people,
Mhm.
other than like banter, but it's not like painful. It's just like, oh, just banter. Um, yeah, I've never really received it. I received like uh weird messages in the chat. Actually, on just one time. Actually, I remember now. Just some person comes in and is like, oh, you should just hang yourself. I was like, okay, cool. But honestly, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I haven't received any like death threats or any DMs, and that's fine. Not really, not really.
Mhm.
And I think it has to do with the image that you put out. Like if you're generally a nice guy and you care about your viewers, the less chance of someone coming in and just being like, oh, go kill yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, the karma you put in, it'll come back to you. So if you're always toxic in your when you're playing games, or you're a little toxic to your viewers, then it'll come back right around. You know what I mean? So not really, not really. Now that doesn't mean, chat, you start trolling me by saying bad things, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Please, please do not, whatsoever. Great touch on that. So of course you're like a Valorant streamer primarily, and you've been on Twitch for quite some time, so you know like what's a big streamer. What is your definition of like, I guess, a well-known streamer in the Valorant community? Is it based on follows? Like, do you think 1,000's a lot, 1,000 followers versus like 3,000 versus whatever is partnered?
I think anybody who has over 1,000 is considered a medium streamer now.
Okay, fair point.
But yeah, if you're at 1,000, that means you take care of your community. That tells me that you really care. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh, and if you're on the way to 1,000, that tells me that you care. But the reason why some people have low followings is because like they don't really care about their viewers. I've seen some streamers that leave their chat hanging. They just play the game and play it with some friends, and then sometimes they get the chat, and then you can't leave the chat hanging. I mean, people come in here to chill with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guys, I'll never leave you guys hanging. All right, guys. Even if I hit 100 viewers per hour, I won't leave you guys hanging. Sometimes I might miss you guys if the chat goes too fast.
Absolutely.
But I always take care of you guys. All right. So, man, what makes a good streamer is that you need to take care of your community. You need to care about other people's feelings. You know, and Chang says, I miss some people. I try to go back. Sometimes I miss. It's natural. I can't get back to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but most of the time I get back to you. And it's stressful, guys. It's stressful to play my game in high elo and also get back to you guys. But I try my best. I'm going to, guys. If a streamer is not getting back to you in chat and asking questions and getting to know about you, and like really caring about what you say in the stream chat, then that's not the streamer for you. You're just watching just to watch.
Yeah.
There should be more people out there that care. You know, it takes energy, guys. It takes a lot of energy, and as a streamer, you're a streamer. You should be able to input that energy into people. You can't just sit there and just watch. I mean, yeah, you can't just sit there and just play your game.
Yeah.
There's people out there. Yeah, you have an audience. You know what I mean? And people with 1,000 viewers. Okay, if you have 1,000 viewers, cool. Like you can miss some messages, you know. But at least keep up the pace with watching. I mean, with talking. Keep up the same pace. You might miss some people. They'll understand. But you shouldn't be lazy. There's so many big streamers out there that just play the game and don't even care about chat. Like, what about your community, guys? Like, even with 10,000 viewers, they just start not caring about chat. Then you really just threw your niche away. Of course you get 10,000 viewers. What, you're gonna be lazy now? Because you have so many viewers, like, should you be lazy?
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't be lazy. People have feelings. People have feelings out there.
Yeah,
I care about your guys' feelings. Wilson does a really good job talking to you guys. You know. So Wilson,
Thank
like
you. I
me and
appreciate
you,
that.
we just gotta freaking we love our community. We gotta
Mhm.
keep it going. You know, when you guys talk in chat, we don't miss those, okay? We acknowledge that you guys are here, watching. We're just here to vibe out.
Oh,
We're just here to vibe out, guys.
yeah. Sorry to cut you off for a second because
No
a lot of
problem.
people are coming in. First of all, thank you guys. Andy, Ali, KR, what's up? What's up? Thank you guys for dropping by. To let you guys know, the guest we have today is the fourth guest of the Chang Gang podcast. So episode 4, Extrawired. Also, a really cool dude who happens to be a Radiant player. I put cool dude above Radiant player in Valorant, alright? And the great thing is that he is actually friends with a mutual IRL friend. So that's another thing. He's giving us a wonderful podcast so far. We've been through it like 2 hours or something about now. And yeah, we're just going along this podcast. If you guys have any questions, feel free to please like ask anything whatsoever.
Feel free, guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for a shout out again. You know, welcome in new viewers and everything. You know, I'm Extrawired, and I play the game a lot, so that's my little intro. I'll be streaming later, so if you guys want to drop by and say hi, you know. But again, thank you, Wilson, for introducing me to this podcast, and hopefully you guys stay. You know, I got things to say,
Yeah.
things to teach to you guys.
All right.
Yeah. So to continue, yeah, guys, you viewers out here, if you ain't finding a streamer that cares about you, you need to get out. You know, you need to find a streamer that cares. All right, guys. I don't want you guys to just watch and not be acknowledged. You feel me? How long have you been a streamer for, Extrawired? About 6 months now, KR Lord. I started pretty small, but you know, it's been a passion for me, and I love it, bro. And I see that I've never seen you before. You know, welcome into Wilson's stream. Thanks for joining, bro. And hopefully you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, Kara is cool. We met recently. Also a good Valorant player, Mortal player, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, Mortal. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Let's
Played
go.
together a few times. Really cool.
Let's go.
And Andy, don't be
Yo.
afraid to ask questions, even if it's been asked already, because it's not like everyone can tune in from the beginning to the end, you know? So, no worries whatsoever. It's okay, KR. Don't even worry about it, man. We built a relationship, so it's all good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, KR. You'll get to Radiant in no time. No problem, bro. No problem.
Oh my god, Jinx with the gifted. Thank you so much for gifting Ali. I appreciate it. Oh.
Yes, sir. That's
Yo.
my mod right there.
Oh my god, Jinx is spoiling me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Evelyn, for her name is Evelyn, actually.
Evelyn? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
supporting my boy. Wait,
It means
hold
a
on,
lot.
my web.
It means a lot.
Oh, there you go. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get the chat real quick. So,
Yeah, go for
did
it.
you
Go for it.
start playing keyboard and mouse and controller? I mean, I had a PS4 before, but I'm mainly just keyboard and mouse, bro. What about yourself? And Kara says, for people that are interested in starting a streaming career, what do you think are your top 3 tips? Top 3. All right. Really be personal with the people, and don't ever let that go. All right. Don't ever let that go. Be good at the game. You don't have to be good, but be on the progression of getting better in the game. People would like to see the progression. And then the last tip is to make sure your gear for streaming is on par. Don't be afraid to spend some money. If you're broke, then save up some money, get some pretty good streaming gear. So get that. Make sure your stream looks pretty crispy. You know what I'm saying? And whether it's templating your stream or getting a good camera, whatever, you know, make sure it looks good. And people enjoy the aesthetic. And let's see. Preferably these tips aren't the usual, be consistent or anything. I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah. Make sure that you got those 3. Those are like the key 3 big things for streaming. I support everybody I met through this crackhead. Yes, I am a crackhead. Oh my god. Play on controller just feels more natural. Oh, it does. For some games, it feels very natural, Ralphie. And honestly, you can be a controller gamer too. There's nothing wrong with that. There's big streamers out there that play with controller only. So don't limit yourself. Keyboard and mouse is not better. It's just based on your preference. I feel like the bar of the stream quality has gotten a lot higher compared to a few years ago. I know, because like there's a lot of new technology out there, and it's easier to have a more crispy stream. Back then, you would have to run a dual PC setup in order to get good stream quality, but now everything is integrated into one, and you got really strong power in GPU and CPU. So now it's really easy to have good stream quality. So if you're thinking of streaming KR, I'd say do it, try it out. Make sure you get some good equipment, and then you should be set. How do you feel about playing games like Valorant when you're not streaming? Do you find it a bit more difficult to play games in your free time? Oh, it is, but you know, since I'm streaming, I'm already playing the game. So when I'm streaming, it's actually me enjoying my time in my free time. You know what I mean? You just have to link the passions. If you have passion in playing games and you're streaming at the same time, it's fine. It's fine. You're getting 2 in 1. You're knocking 2 birds with 1 stone. You feel me? And let's see. It used to not matter about how good your camera looks, so super high aesthetics, and now it's super high. I know, but it's not achievable with a decent budget now, KR. You feel me? You have a good streaming setup, probably overkill for where I'm at. Dude, it's completely fine, bro. Like, nowadays it's 2021. No, streaming gear is really easy to come across, you know? And Tom Warp's question, in case we missed it. Oh, okay. What is the best way to learn keyboard and mouse from being controller? I don't, honestly, like, you just keep using it. I can't really give tips on like how to get better on keyboard and mouse. It's like getting used to a controller, but you're getting used to keyboard and mouse. Maybe on the mouse, it's more flick heavy, because like when you use controller, you're pretty much hovering your movement. You're using thumb pads, and that it's like a hover movement based on like flick movement. So you just have to get used to flicking on mouse. Hear me to Radiant when where honestly, I don't really care, people, but you know, King Hawaii, my tip to you is that just keep watching good players and try to see what they're doing. I don't really condone to carrying, because then I really want you guys to accomplish by hitting your next rank and just appreciating. You know, if you do get carried, that means you're getting placed in elo that you don't belong to, and the next thing you know, you lose that rank instantly. Because if you progress, bro, you get to see the ins and outs of playing. So if you jump to the next tier, you probably don't know what you're doing, because then like you're skipping a whole block of training. You feel me? Well, Rodo, I main Reyna, because I find her really fun, and I can heal myself, and I can play a little selfish. Best tip I can give when you want to rank on Valorant. Okay, that's to King of Hawaii. Yeah, listen to KR Lord right there. Let's go. The people in those elo know you've been boosted to, and then you're just gonna get flamed. Yeah, I know. Honestly, if you get boosted to the next rank, people are gonna question like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing in this elo? Why don't you know this? Why don't you know this? You know? So just try to like get there by yourself. You feel me? Okay, let's continue. Wilson.
Oh yeah, for sure. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to, you know, just ask along the way. Yeah, I don't mind you just answering the chat. This is it's very productive, like, to hear other responses too. So
okay, sure. I'll get to the chat. Maybe one more question, and then I'll get to the chat again.
Yeah.
So hold
on. Actually, since we're touching up on like the streaming scene, right, or just Twitch in general, feel free to keep asking while we're on this topic. Because other than that, I would talk about like your social media presence and what's the plan for that. Because I also checked, like, did a background check to see how active you are with like IG, Twitter, and stuff.
Right.
Any future plans?
I'm not that active on YouTube or like Twitter or IG.
Yeah.
The reason is because like I just want to focus on one thing at a time.
Of course.
I know like if I focused on IG and like TikTok and everything, I get more exposure. But for me, I do it one at a time. I try to saturate all my energy into one, and then once that is pretty saturated, then I can expand to other platforms much easier. I know TikTok is a good way to get big, but for me, streaming is working for me right now. Like yeah. It's like a pretty good area to saturate. So once I get, you know, pretty well known on Twitch, then I can expand easier, you know.
Yeah.
Before I used to do YouTube videos. I did like 3 videos, and I was like, okay, it's taking too much of my time. So let's focus on what's working for me, which is Twitch. And then once I get that going, I can start posting on Instagram. I can start expanding to TikTok. But for me, I don't really multitask like that. I just like to get good at one thing and then use that to flourish me or sprout me up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
With social media?
Yeah.
Probably mostly active with YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. I mean,
Dude,
Instagram is just.
I just followed you on YouTube as well.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no
Thank you,
problem.
thank you.
I took a look and everything. You know, you're doing a pretty good job, bro. You know, keep expanding, and then
Yeah.
it looks like you're doing multiple things at once, which is completely fine.
Mhm.
We're all different people, so whatever works with you, bro.
Yeah, finding the balance between that for sure. So I totally understand what you're saying, and it's great to hear your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Austin. Thank you. Still on the topic of streaming, like I said, every time you say something, I feel like I have more and more questions because
No problem.
yeah,
No
it's
problem.
building up on it. So you specifically, you hit over 1,000. Any big plans, subathon, or what's to come?
Probably another celebration at 2.5K. I haven't done a subathon yet. The reason why I'm against it, this is just my opinion, is because like I don't, guys, I don't do Twitch to make money. You know, that's not my premise. So when I'm asking for subs and shit, like those come naturally. If you guys want to support me, like that'd be awesome. But I'm not asking for money. You guys know that I stream for free, you know? So the money will come if you guys like support me, but it's not my premise, guys. Like
Exactly.
for me, my premise is to just make friends and show you guys pretty good content, and then I just want to vibe out and talk to you guys in chat. That's about it. And if you guys want to support me by subbing to me or gifting subs, you know, that's fine, and I really appreciate that. And thanks for making my stream better. But you know, I have a job and I can support myself, and I'm really happy. All I ask is that you guys come in and you know, chill out with me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And if I do become big later, I'm not even gonna look at the money. I'm not gonna put like fucking 10 ads in a row. Like I don't need it.
Yeah.
All I want from you guys is, you know, a good friendship. That's it. So wait, what was the question again? Where did I go to?
It was your subathon.
Oh yeah.
The plans.
Yeah, I'm not
for
gonna do
subathon.
subathon ever, guys. Like you guys give me subs if you want, but not during the subathon.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I believe that. You know, subs will come if people want to. You know, if you guys want me to dance on stream, I will. I do it for free. No sub needed. I believe that. You know, I just follow my passion. You know, I don't need the money. It's just only if you guys want to support me. I mean, it's an extra thing for me, and I really appreciate the support. But that's about it, you know. And if I do celebrations like 2.5K followers, like I'll probably do something cool, like do a food review, or like it's not gonna be crazy. It's not like 100 subs for me to get naked. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you'll plan it.
There's so much people out there that are like, oh, sub goal 50, or like, you know, sub goal. Oh, help me hit my sub goal. Like, guys,
Yeah.
like, what are they doing? They're just coming in and asking for money. You know, but rather, they're trying to think of streaming as in, oh, let's make money. I want to make money, but are they really here to just, you know, be a good streamer? Or just to make money? You know what I mean? You feel me on that?
Yeah, definitely. Great points for sure. Do you have a particular favorite stream that you've had so far? Or moments maybe? I'm sure it might be hard to pinpoint a whole stream.
Oh, of my stream?
Yeah.
I'll put, Let's see. I just like when my chat goes off. I can't name a particular moment, but when viewers are talking amongst each other, not me, it just tells me, okay, you guys are having a good time.
That is awesome to see.
You know, and rather than just me talking to the viewers, you guys are making friends. You know, you guys are making friends and getting to know each other, and that makes me happy. Then, you know, I can just focus on my gameplay a little bit and let you guys chat, and then you guys can make connections. You know, and that's important. That's important. So if you have a good community and people enjoy being in your chat room, it's fucking lit. It's fucking lit.
Yeah. He said, Kara said, can you dot me and then we can co-stream?
Oh, sure, dude. We can play a game or something. We can have a just chatting. Let me know, bro. I'll give you a follow too.
Yeah. It's great. I'm sure there's a lot of streamers in here. Right?
Give you a follow, bro.
Milky. I don't really know exactly everyone that streams, but I just know a few. Milky, Time Warp,
Milky
KR.
streams too. I'll give you a follow. Let's see. I just visited
Spreading
Milky's stream. Oh, do have a webcam, Milky. If you're too shy, then it's okay. But eventually, you should get a webcam.
Oh,
you know, people love it
too. Andy.
Oh, Andros.
Great dude.
Oh,
yeah.
I got you, bro. Pretty small streamers here, but you know, as long as you guys keep trying, you know, follow that passion, guys. I just followed all three of you guys. All right.
Yep, it's what it's all about, making connections, guys. Seriously. You gotta let me know about your viewers too, you know? Whoever streams, I'm gonna drop a follow.
Of course. I mean, I'm just here to help out you guys, you know? Because I used to be a small streamer, and I know how it feels when someone helps out. I consider myself as a medium streamer, so I'm just here to help out all the little homies out there, you know? All small ones. This Hydras for Extrawired. I got you, bro.
Love to see it. Hey, did you, while you're drinking, did you already do the one-on-one event? Or is that like
1v1?
Yeah, what is that? Like a weekly thing or what's happening?
Oh, it's just random. Like I like to just go on stream and then just decide what I do right on the spot.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes I host 1v1 events so you guys can go me to go against me, and then you guys have a chance to go against a Radiant and then just to test your skill and just see how many times you can kill me. You feel me? Even though I'm gonna win anyways, you know. But I like to give the opportunity to people to go against me and just see how it feels like to go against Radiant, you know. And if you get like a couple kills on me, you know, I applaud you.
Yeah.
Just the opportunity for you guys. Sometimes I host those, you know.
What else would you say you do on stream? Like random concepts and ideas that you've implemented, such as the 1v1s, just to like kind of shout yourself out.
Sometimes I host custom games and I play in it, but if there's too much people, I actually give up my spot and I just you know, commentate on the game. Sometimes it really happens, but I'm not really like a commentator. I just do it because I want everybody to participate.
Yeah.
I started doing mukbangs. I don't have the ASMR mic, but sometimes like I'll invite a guest and then we'll both sit together and either play games together or like interact with chat. And then I'm gonna start like eating. So I'll just start food reviewing. So that's what I'm gonna start doing.
That's great. Really. There you go. Future plans. Dope. I think that covers it specifically on the topic of streaming, at least for me, because I was going to ask you what are your like advices for beginning streamers, and you touched up on like building a community and showing that you really care about the viewers, right?
Yes, sir.
So to be specific on that point, if you're not good and you're playing in a very like Valorant, oversaturated, a lot of different streamers, right? How would you create exposure for yourself? Do you have any ideas that you could give viewers?
Okay, so it's different for girls and guys because girls, it's less saturated for girls, so it's much easier for girls. And girls, if you're trying to stream, this is your perfect opportunity because right now Twitch is saturated with mostly guys. It's a guy-dominant type of hobby. So if you start streaming as a girl, you will get much more exposure than guys. So for tips for guys, it's a little bit different, you know. Skill is very important for a guy, because of the saturation of how many good guy players there are, and the majority of it, Twitch is guy based. You're gonna have to find a way to stand out, right? So, in order to do that, you either have to be really good with chat, interacting with chat, and really entertaining, so people will watch you because you're funny, or you have to be really good at the game. So, as a guy, try to get good at the game. As a girl, it's easier, because they're less saturated. It's like a lot of girls dance, right? And like, if you're a guy that dances, it's the same thing. Like, you go into a dance class, it's mostly girls, because girls like to dance. It's like what they like to do. So I went to a dance class once, and it was like 80% girls, and I was like, damn, like, interesting, you know. That, and then I was standing out because all the girls be like, whoa, I don't usually see guys dance, but this one's cool, you know. So same thing as Twitch. As a guy, definitely you have a bigger competition, you know. So get good at the game, find something that stands out. You feel me?
Yeah. There you go. Great advice. Alright. Again, if you guys have questions, feel free to let us know. Alright, this is a kind of a weird transition. You don't have to talk on it again, but we didn't really cover this part. More personal, okay?
Okay.
Do you want to talk about, this is going back, relationships, possible heartbreaks, things like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could start off like the first one or however you want, because that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Because I grew up as a really busy guy.
Yeah.
And I have this grind mentality. I actually barely had relationships.
Okay.
Because I don't prioritize that. I know, I mean, I can now, because like I'm already comfortable in my spot. But back then, I was just like, okay, stability. Never really had that many relationships, but I did have relationships, like I think 6 or 7, but they're all like under a year. You know what I mean? And it's hard for me to like just dedicate some of my time for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I did date around a lot though, but it was just for fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'd say for me, I'd be comfortable in dating when I have everything set in place, like now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then let's see. And right now I'm just too lazy to date because I'm just so busy. You know, I stream like 50 hours a week. I work 40 hours. Like, I just don't really think about it. I like dating though. It's cool to like talk to someone new and, you know, get to know them. There was one that really broke me though. I really liked her, but this is the one that really caused the uprise of Extrawired, you know. But it also taught me something important. You know, there's a girl. I'm not gonna mention her name. But
Don't do names.
I'll use a fake name.
Okay.
I'll use a fake name. Let's just call her Cassie, right? And like I was really into her. Like we were just dating and everything.
How long ago was this? If you don't mind getting a timeline for us.
Like 1 month. Well, 1 year ago actually. 1 year ago. And then I really liked her and everything, but she wasn't in the same place because she just got out long term. And then for me, I was looking for a relationship, and I was talking to her and blah blah blah. And then eventually, like within 5 weeks in, she was like, "Okay, I can't really do this. I can't really do this anymore. Like, I'm not ready for a relationship." And that tells me, okay, maybe she isn't ready. And when she says she's ready, she's not really ready, you know? Or maybe I'm not the right guy for her. But for me, I was a little bit heartbroken because I really liked her. And then after that, I was like, okay, you know what? Guys, if someone really likes you, right? It should be easy. It should be so simple, guys. It's like both parties will communicate. And like she'll never like take a day to respond, right? She'll always try to get to you, and she'll put her effort out there. You know what I mean? It should be so easy, guys. Love is so fucking easy if both parties like each other. But it's always like you like her but she doesn't like you back, or vice versa. You don't like this person but they like you. It's always like that. Until you find like the perfect match, it should be so simple. Like you would love to go out with her and she would love to go out with you. And it's just simple as like, oh, you want to go out? And she's like, oh, sure. And then there would be follow-ups too. Like, first day happened. Okay, let's set up a second day. Okay. There's no games. There's no games. It's not like, I should wait a day so he can miss me or something. There's none of that. Guys, if two people like each other, all the game rules has been broken. Like, it's non-existent. You know, it's okay to be clingy. You're just following your heart. If you really like somebody and you feel like you're flushing that person, you're just following your heart. You really like this person. Of course, like, giving that person some space, but you're really showing that person that you like them. You know? And people that play games like, oh, fuck, you know, I gotta wait like 2 weeks to talk to this person. You know, make sure that this person misses me. That shit is bullshit. That shit is some bullshit, guys. It should be so fucking easy. You know? It's okay to hang out 3 or 4 times a week within the first week of meeting, because you're going through your gut feeling. And if the person reciprocates, then perfect. They love hanging out with you. They'll hang out with you for 3 or 4 times a week. You know? Of course, like, you gotta give each other space. Like, sometimes you might be busy. You know? But regardless of being busy, you guys find a way to make time for each other. You know? I've been in a relationship where, like, I was always like, oh my god, let's hang out. Like, and then she's always like, nah, like, backing off. And that's fine, I give her time. But ultimately, her interest level was like kind of low. And then, like, she wouldn't give me the time, and it's cool. Even though I was giving her space. But if someone really likes you, they would always make time for you. I think today in society, especially well, this is everywhere, but this is very prominent in the Bay Area, where it's so easy to just throw someone away. I believe in the traditional value of, like, oh, when you like somebody, you should commit a little bit. Instead of, now we have social media, it's so easy to access everybody. So it's so easy to be like, okay, next. And then both parties are trying to look for the best thing out there. Instead of just growing with the person, they just want the end product. That's the problem with society nowadays. Like, let's say, okay, I want this person, you know, to be rich, or like have this and have that. But and then this person has a lot of problems, like, okay, a little depression, a little anxiety. So automatically you just kind of dump them. And then they look for the end product, like, oh, this person is already like super confident, or already has his or her life set up. And like, I want to take the best product, you know? But nowadays people are just like, okay, easy. It's easy to move on, find another one, you know? And that's fine. It's kind of like, I mean, people want the best thing in life. Everybody's a little selfish. But people need to understand that the best relationships are built. They're not acquired instantly. They're built. And it takes energy from both sides to compromise. Like, if I'm willing to change a little bit for this person, and the other person's willing to change a little bit for me, just to suit my needs as well, and they're willing to make sacrifices, and I make sacrifices too, it's a good relationship. It's like, okay, no, we're both not perfect, but we cater to each other, because I want to build your life and you want to build my life too. There's not many of those out there like that.
Yeah. So that explanation and thought process, it really must have hit you, right? From that one heartbreak, basically.
Oh yeah, and
yeah,
like, she wasn't making sacrifices for me, you know, and I was like making sacrifices for her, and it's a kind thing. You know, people miss out on the fact that you need to make sacrifices for a relationship, you know.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not doing that, then is it really a relationship, or are you just infatuated by this temporary attention? You know, is it? Ask this to yourself. Like, are you with this person because you're lonely, or are you with this person because they're trying to, you know, integrate their life into yours? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because like with that relationship, I was kind of lonely because I was like, okay, I'll take it. And she was like, she had a good figure, she was pretty and everything, but
Yeah.
then I didn't see myself with her because then it was more like a very outer shell relationship. You know what I'm saying? There was no future.
Mm-hmm. So, how were your like? How would you describe your exact feelings after that ended, and how did you like recover or bounce back from that?
Yeah. I think I felt really I felt like I wasn't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality I was good enough. It's just that I felt really down. So I started like really trying to build myself up. I was like, I had this feeling of this burning passion of like, you know what? I can I'm gonna come up in life, and then when she sees it, she's gonna regret it. You know, it's a bad feeling. It's a negative thought, but that's how really made me stronger.
Yes.
Because I was like, okay, well, you left me, so now I'm gonna prove to you you're gonna regret it, and I'll never take you back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna prove to you that, you know, I'm gonna be famous or something, or like I'll do something so awesome that you're gonna see this and be like, oh, I regret it. And if you do come back, I'm not gonna take you, because you know, because if you really took me in the first place, you'd still be together with me.
Yeah.
If you really believed my potential in the first place, then we would still be together. And then there's gonna be some chick out there that'll appreciate me for who I am instead of you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a toxic passion, but it's what got me going. A little toxic, but
Of course.
that burning passion though. I just wanted to prove to her that, you know what, this is your fault, or you just missed out. You know what I mean? And you never really liked me for who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you end up liking me back when I'm all the way up there, I can't really hear you from down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little toxic, but
Now you're
you know.
keeping it real. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not really important to know, but for background context, how did you meet her?
I met her through a friend.
So mutual.
So,
Okay.
met her through a friend. I mean, so initially I was just gonna have dinner with my friend, and then he was like, "Oh, no, let me bring one of my friends to dinner as well." I was like, "Okay, that's cool." And his intention was, you know, just linking me up with her, you know.
Oh,
And then I talked to her and everything, and then within the same night, she invited me to a rave and everything. But it's like within the same night. I was like, damn, how can I get tickets? So I told her like, oh, next time. And then the next few days, I was like, okay, let's go to a rave together as our first date. She was like, okay, and then, you know, we got to know each other, and then, yeah, it was cool. I mean, maybe I'm not sure what was the reason why she left me. Maybe I was just being too pushy, or not giving her enough space. But there was a point where she really liked me.
Okay.
Maybe I just was in her face all the time, and but I don't really do that anymore. I learned to let people have their space. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real, guys.
Yeah. So that's relationships, heartbreak. Any other specific story you want to touch up on, or do you want me to just move on with like other specific questions?
I think that was like the biggest one.
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones are just whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, not worth mentioning. That was the biggest one.
Yeah. So as someone who's in their mid-20s now, are you touched up on raves a bit, you mentioned it. Are you big on clubbing, raving, that outdoor party life?
I used to be.
I don't know if you want to call it that. Yeah.
I used to be, Back in when I was college, like even though I was saving a lot of money, I always found out a way to buy rave tickets, 'Cause,
Yeah. Okay.
but like I don't know. I did partying for like a year, and it wasn't that long. People do it for like years, but I only did it for a year.
Uh-huh.
And I realized once I started doing it a lot, I went to rave every week, using my savings and everything for it. I started realizing I can't really continue doing this because I'm so financially hurt. I'm not financially stable enough. And then, which is bad, but also good at the same time so the bad part is that I never really had a childhood because of that. I never really had fun. I mean, I had fun for a year, but what really stopped me is that I had to grow up really fast. That's like a double-edged sword when growing up. So that's the pros. Like I got to where I'm at because I grew up really fast, but the cons is that I never really had a childhood. Never really. I can't be like, oh my god, I had so much fun back in my early 20s.
Yeah.
But it's mostly like just grinding. Like just grinding, and it sucks. It's like, oh wow, I can never go back to those years, But now, the pro is that I grew up, I know what I want, I'm on the right track, and now my life is starting out now. So now I'm just fucking going out drinking with friends on the weekend, and I'm starting my fun life now. That I have the capability. But I wish I started earlier because that was when everybody was young and stupid, and we make mistakes and everything. But those are the fun ages. But now I'm just starting now. So double-edged sword. I can't have fun back then. I'm gonna have fun now, but the only difference is that I know my life right now.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. So I'm having fun while also having my ambition on lock, and now that I have the capability of having fun, like life just started now for me.
So would you go?
How old is Extrawired? 25. Okay, our lord.
Oh. So would you go back to raving?
Of course. Now that I'm stable, like I'm down to like hit a rave or something.
Yeah.
So have some fun and listen to great music, And like right now I'm open to making friends with people, so like it's fucking dope. Like I can do things that I was missing in my childhood starting now. I'm not old yet. I'm not 30 yet, so I still have a lot of life in me.
Yeah. So I guess this could be like 2 questions at once, since you're living your life right now. Are you a big drinker? And what artists do you like? Favorite artists?
Okay, so for the drink part, I like drinking. I like the feeling. I don't drink until like a yak, but I don't know. Maybe like a stereotypical thing, but I'm Vietnamese and I drink a lot. And like I don't know, it's something about Vietnamese people. No, we're just like freaking heavy drinkers, and I appreciate that. I drink a lot, guys. I when I go out, I drink like on an empty stomach 9 to 10 shots. But it's not because I'm a heavyweight. It's just that I have a lot of body mass. Like I'm like almost 6 feet. So for me to take like 10 shots, it gets me borderline drunk on empty stomach.
Yeah.
And for me to drink that much, like it's fine. It's fine. It's for a social aspect, and I enjoy it. And on a full stomach, I can take about like 13, 14. Okay, guys, I'm not flexing, guys, but it's just that I have a lot of body mass, and I just like drinking. It's like a very, very good way to socialize. You feel me? I don't drink on my own, guys. I just drink whenever the drink is there, And it's nice to take shots with everybody, and just be part of the fun,
Yes.
And favorite artists? Oh man, so I listen to EDM a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
I listen to both the soft stuff and the hard stuff. I'm more into the hard stuff. So when I listen to EDM, I listen to like the demonic stuff, the very heavy dubstep, where it causes me to headbang, and I lose all my brain cells. But I don't know, I just like that type of music, That shit. The reason why I got into it is because I went to a rave one time, and like it was my first time going to a dubstep rave, and it's just so cool seeing everybody having so much fun. Everybody just going crazy, and I was like, oh, this is the vibe. This is the energy I'm looking for. You know what I mean? And I'm an extrovert. I would consider myself my extrovert because I rely on people's energy. So when I go to like a crazy rave like that, you know, I get energized too. I'm like, oh damn, this is such a vibe right here, you know. And for me, I'm an extrovert, so when I hang out in the group, when the vibe is wrong, then I get kind of quiet. But when the vibe is right, like I get really social, you know. Yeah.
So that's music genre. Any artists you want to throw out there, just to give a better idea?
Well, this is very generic, but
it's cool.
For soft stuff, I like Elenium. Slander is one of my favorites. Let's see. Griffin is alright to me, but mostly Elenium.
Yeah.
And then for the hard stuff, I can name like a bunch. Like Sudden Death, Excision, Wooly, Ghastly. All the hard stuff you can imagine, I know all the drops.
For sure. Got a good idea. That's cool. Nothing wrong with generic or whatever. I get that. I get what people say. Yeah, that's cool. So, extrovert now. This kind of goes back a little bit.
No problem.
Because you're talking about how you didn't really have a childhood. That's why you're able to do things now that you're set towards something. Would you say you're also like an extrovert back then?
I wasn't actually. Because like when growing up and being lonely, your brain automatically resorts to being an introvert.
Yes.
But I found out that it's not because when you're introverted, it's not because you're quiet, you know? It's actually just an energy thing. So how I define it is that introverts, they get energy by relying on their own energy. So like when they wake up, like they get a lot of self energy. And like, but extroverts, they take from people's energy and then emit that energy back to them.
Yeah.
So if a group is really lit, you automatically become lit. And introverts, they rely on their own energy to become lit. So that's why introverts kind of burn out easier. Extroverts. For me, I'm extroverted. I actually rely on people. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I just care about the overall vibe. And like, for me, what gets me going is that there's a good group of people with good vibes. And that makes me really lit. And when I'm alone, I actually run out of energy because I can't emit my own energy. Like, I just get all bland and I just get all boring. So it's like a difference of energy, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So since you were an introvert and you came when you were 8, were you ever bullied? Any experiences like that?
I actually never bullied. Maybe I just got lucky, you know? Maybe I didn't really cause problems to other people. Like, I was never involved in drama. So I grew up just fine. You know, never punched. Never punched. You know, I'm pretty sure like a lot of people out there, they've gotten bullied before, and it's not a good feeling, you know.
Absolutely.
It's not a good feeling.
Okay. Fair to touch up on that. I think that's it. Now we could just transition to the random questions. Quick hitters, what I like to call it, but you could elaborate. Feel free to answer in whatever way you want.
Sure thing.
Yeah, of course. Sorry if it's like going over your 3 hours or something. I have no idea how long it's been at this point.
Oh, it's cool, bro. Like, don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
I'm not that stingy on the time. I just go with the flow.
Yeah, that sounds good, because this is great talking to you like this. And again, if anyone has questions, feel free to ask. We're gonna try to keep up with the chat at the same time.
Yeah, chat. If you have a question, do it at Extrawired to me so I know.
Yeah, that's a good way. Cool. Quick hitters, random questions. What is one of your pet peeves?
One of my pet peeves?
Yes.
Oh.
What irks you?
I think let's see, what irks me? I feel like when people are not socially aware, as in like this is like the biggest one. When I hang out in groups, like they stick with their own clique instead of stepping forward and getting to know you. And like they talk amongst each other and they leave you hanging. And maybe it's just a comfort thing to people, but there's some people there that aren't in the same let's say you hang out with housemates, right?
Yes.
I mean, they hang out with somebody's housemates,
Mhm.
and then they're all talking about housemate stuff, and they all talk amongst each other, and then you just sit there like, oh, I can't really relate because I don't live in this house,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's a shitty feeling when they don't include you. You know, they're just talking about housemate stuff. Yeah, and it's like, and I see this amongst other people too. Like, when I see this happen to other people, I kind of step up and I try to talk to the person not getting that much attention.
Yeah.
But think of it this way, guys. The person is sitting there. Like, he's part of the hangout. You guys can't leave people out. People have feelings, you know?
Of course.
So that's like my biggest pet peeve about people. I think everybody deserves a chance.
Mhm.
You don't want to leave people out. You know, people matter. You can't just treat this person like they're just sitting there and they're just an object.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like people should be more socially aware.
Mhm.
No, you should care about the people that sit there, and like they're not really getting that much attention. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Got it. So you
I think,
actually have 2 questions. So yeah, you could scroll
okay,
back to KR's.
I think the best way to get a relationship is not to try and forget, to become indifferent, to not feel love or hate if that person is over. Any thoughts? Let me read that again. Yeah, it's the best way to get over a relationship is to look forward to the next one. You know? Yeah, maybe this person doesn't like you anymore. I don't know, I just like to think that if this relationship fails, there'll always be another person out there for me. You hear this guys, you hear this all the time. Like, okay, look for another one, look for another one.
Mhm.
But it is true though.
Yeah.
You eventually come across a person that really cares about you. You know? It's just a matter of time and how much you expose yourself to the world. You know? You can't make the other person be attracted to you. They have their own feelings. You know what I mean? So always look forward to the next one. It's a matter of time. There'll always be a person out there that'll appreciate who you are. Because the person that just broke up with you, it didn't work out. You can't force it. You can't be like, oh, can you like me? You know, why won't you like me? You know, there's gonna be someone out there that really appreciates who you are. You feel me? And the second question is, where did I get my earrings? Well, actually, this got gifted by a friend. But if you want these earrings at Tran Bands, I think it's called like hoops, but like thinner hoops, like 1 centimeter hoops or something. So you can just get them on Amazon. But they're definitely called hoops, but smaller ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see.
Was there another one? I don't think so, huh?
Yeah, not another one.
Okay. What would you say is your biggest accomplishment and biggest failure so far in life?
Oh. Let's see. Let's start with the failure.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did make a mistake of not finding someone that can help guide me through life. So I went through life without any any help at all.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been more efficient if I found like a mentor or like somebody to talk to about, you know, what should I do in life. You know, that would have been A1, and it would have sped up the process of me improving my life. I never reached out for help. You know, that's my biggest failure. There are some people that are willing to, you know, give you life pointers, and like, you know, pretty much set up your life. You know, set up a bridge for you to walk through. You know, but I never did that. I always like had this mindset of, oh, okay, if you want to get good, or if you want to excel, you do it yourself. You find your own way. But sometimes it's okay to, you know, touch up upon other people's ideas, and then when they give you ideas, they're trying to help you out too. But I never saw it like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's my biggest failure. Being afraid to ask for help. And biggest accomplishment, Honestly, this goes back to streaming. You know, because I grew up deprived of relationships and love, and like not having that much friends. Streaming is pretty much what gives me life. It gives me the ability to interact with people and interact with the world and make friends.
Yes.
And that's what filled the missing part of my life. You know, having a backbone of people to support me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I'm like really passionate on streaming. I'm like, okay, because it fills this void in my life, I'm gonna just keep doing it. And it's out of love and it's out of passion. So it definitely fills that void, you know? And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, guys, if you guys are worried about me, I like what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm really happy with my life. It took me many years to become this happy, you know? And Kiara says, on topic of your biggest failure, do you think that you would be a different person from who you are today? Would you regret not having the experience you now have on life, or would you rather go back in time and have someone guide me in life? Man, that's a hard question to say because there is a saying of, oh, everything happens for a reason. You know, maybe I would be a totally different person. I don't know whether it will be better or worse, you know. So maybe if I went back and had someone guide me through life, you know, this is not the person I'll be today. I'll probably be the same person, or just different variations, you know, of it. But I don't know. That's a very hard question because you can't really see back in the future, you know. I mean, back in the past, and then you can't really see the future.
Yeah.
I would say I don't regret it because I like where I'm at right now.
Mm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Solid.
What about you, KR Lord? Like, would you regret? I mean, do you like where you are right now, or do you regret doing things in the past that got you to this point? Sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, sleeping? What do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking? I'm a customer support engineer. So basically, I help support a product and I help educate customers on how to use it. At the same time, I help them code various aspects of it. So basically, an engineer, but I help customers. But I don't do any development or building. You feel me, sleeping? And Kara Lord says, definitely don't regret anything. So you like where you're at right now. You know, sometimes it's okay to have regrets, guys, because it gives you an insight of yourself and what you messed up on, and then you take that and capitalize it. And you take it's not bad to regret things, guys. Of course, like you should let go of it eventually, but because you regret, it caused a what you call uprising of yourself. You know, that's how you recognize your own mistakes. You feel me, Kara Lord? I feel like having regrets is okay, but there's a fine line when it becomes healthy for your lifestyle. Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, having regrets is okay, as long as you take that regret and like improve upon it, and like realize your mistakes on it. You know, it can just continue growing. You know, because of that regret.
Yeah. For sure. Cool. Next question, a little random, but I think I gotta thank this guy for the introduction. Talking about Ty, how'd you meet the guy, and how'd you guys get close?
Oh, it was a funny story because then we were at a party like a long time ago, and I probably met him like at the party, but I didn't like have a chance to sit with him and talk. But we just saw each other. We're like acquaintances.
Yes.
If it was my first time meeting him, I was like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" And he's like, "What's up?" And then we just continued doing what we were doing. And then next thing you know, he was scrolling down on Twitch and he saw my little webcam in the thumbnail, and he's like, "Oh shit! Like I think I know this guy from somewhere." So he visits my stream and he starts talking to me. And next thing you know, like I start talking to him, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" Like he remembers me, but I mean I don't remember him. But he told me, "Oh, he's from the Bay," and he saw me at the party. and then we added each other on Instagram because then we had mutuals. He searched me on Instagram. He added me because we had like six or seven mutuals.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, someone's in the Bay Area, and it'd be nice to like meet up with him because then he's local, and that we have mutual friends, and we start playing Valorant together. And next thing you know, like we put a lot of Val, and then we started vibing out and getting to know each other. And next thing you know, he's like, oh, you know, let me take you out for hot pot. Took me out for hot pot, paid for me, and I was like, holy shit, he paid for me. And then I took him out next time, and I paid for him too. But it's like someone who actually like, you know, takes me out and like drives me home after an hour away is actually insane. Like he's taking the initiative to get to know me, and you know, that's why I appreciate him as a friend, because then he's taking a step forward. He's doing a lot for me.
Yeah.
Like driving me around and taking me to hot pot. It's hard to find those people that are willing to step out of their expectation to make sure I have a good time, you know?
Yes.
So me and him are pretty close, bro.
That's an
how I
awesome
met him.
story. And he was
And
at your place
Kara's
the other
like-
day too, so.
Yeah, and you know, I love him, bro. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
What skincare product to use to get as sexy as you, bro? Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually don't use skincare. I don't do anything with my face. I don't wash my face that often. I only wash it in the shower. I'm just born. Like I never had a pimple before, which is actually weird.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, maybe I'm just born with the skin,
shit.
and I think it's because like I'm naturally very dry, as in physically I'm a very dry person. So if I like rub my head right now, there's no oil at all. So I think if you're a little bit oily, you're more subjected to getting pimples because oil mixed with like your pores could cause more pimples, right? But I'm just so fucking dry, like, which is bad. So there's pros and cons. Like I'm actually weak to wind because when it's windy, I get dried out, so I need a lot of water.
Yeah.
At the same time, I get a lot of cavities because then I don't salivate that much. And so like when I was a kid, I was like half brushing my teeth, and then not fully brush my teeth, so you know things would get stuck in there and I get cavities easily. So I heard like if you're naturally very moist as a person, you would salivate a lot. So even if you don't like brush your teeth, you don't get cavities at all. I had friends like that where they half-ass brush their teeth and never have a cavity in their life because they salivate a lot when they sleep, and then that salivation helps keep the cavities from forming. But for me, I'm a very, very dry person. So pros that, I mean, my skin looked A1, but cons that I had a lot of cavities, so I had to fill them. So now for me, I double floss, I use a lot of toothpaste, I do all that. My teeth are pretty good right now, just the cavities are still there. Not cavities, but fillings are still there. So it looks pretty bad, but good to know that right now I'm taking care of my teeth, you know?
Yes.
And my breath smells good.
Absolutely. All right. Speaking of how you met Ty, we met through Ty, or I mean, me and you because of him. What was your first impression of me?
When I first hopped on your stream, I was like, damn, this guy's pretty personable. Like that's a pretty rare trait. You know, you don't find that many that trait in streamers. And I can tell that you have a burning passion for it, and you definitely want to, you know, capitalize on streaming. So you have a really strong passion, bro, and I appreciate that. You know, not many people have that passion. So yeah, and yeah, I think what you're doing is really good. I mean, your viewers are very, very active, and it tells me a lot because you know you guys care about each other. You feel me, guys? So. Yeah, and the stream quality is pretty good. I mean, I like the setup. One thing I would say is that you should get lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think lighting will really blow you up in terms of the quality. But your setup though, your anime posters in the back, it's looking pretty fire, right? But definitely just pick up a bunch of lights. You know, I can recommend you some light stands. The reason why I say this is because I'm a photographer. So I'm very like picky, very picky with my aesthetic.
That's fair.
So yeah, but the stream quality overall really solid. I like what you're doing, and the type of quality of stream content you put out is really good. You keep it refreshing, and the ideas you have is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
for me, I just stream and I just play games. You know, I just get the chat. But
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
yeah. So that's just my
Appreciate
opinion.
Sweet. All right. I have 3 more questions. Get to it.
Yes, sir.
Since you started this year, and you've made a lot of progress on streaming, do you remember your first few followers, and can you tell who has the most channel points on your stream?
Oh, I think it's Coffee or Jinx. I think Coffee is at like 93,000. Because then he's a mod, so he can't go for VIP, because then you can't tie a mod into a VIP. That doesn't work. So he's just sitting there with like a lot of points. You know what I'm saying?
Coffee?
Burnt Coffee.
Okay.
Burnt Coffee. His name is Burnt Coffee. He's like my #1 supporter. He was actually there since I had like when I was a very small streamer, and he really loved my stream. He stuck it all the way. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy. I think Evelyn was supposed to be at 76k, but she keeps redeeming stuff. But yeah, definitely Coffee. Or Coffee.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Hi's in chat. He's in LA? What the heck?
I see him. What's up? I know, he's in LA and he left me, bro.
Oh, man.
He left me, bro. He left me up here in the Bay Area. But you have fun, Ty. I wish you the best in LA, bro. Have fun at Disneyland with your girl, alright?
Oh,
And
dang, Disney?
yeah, I know, right? I thought he was supposed to take me. I thought I was his boyfriend. Betrayed me for a girl. Betrayed me for a girl. KR says, is it morale or morale? I think it's with the E. I don't know. My English is not that good, to be honest.
Morale. E.
Yeah.
All right. Next, who are the top 5 streamers that you watch?
Oh, damn. Honestly, I can't really give an opinion on that because I don't have a favorite.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't have to be a favorite. Who do you find yourself?
I don't really watch. What I do is I lurk everybody and I say a couple things because I'm so busy.
Yeah, that's fair. 100%.
In terms of like getting better, I'll watch Asuna, 100 Days Asuna.
Okay.
Getting better at Val. In terms of entertainment, I really like Moist Critical because he's so funny. Like his dry humor is fucking A1. Moist Critical, and then yeah, I don't really watch that much though. I lurk everything.
No, that's chill, man. Hey, Cody. What's up, Cody? Welcome in. He's also another Radiant player.
Oh shit, what's up, Cody?
You might have played each other. Not gonna lie.
Probably, like, dude. What's up, Cody? Welcome in, dude. Yeah,
that's
dude.
His name too, so.
That's so crazy. Cody, huh? I think I mentioned before. Hold on. Is it just Cody?
In Valorant.
Yeah, in Val. There's a lot of Radiant players, so.
Yeah, I bet. It's possible. And again, before I get to the last question, guys. Oh, there you go. It's Cody with that symbol.
Oh, I don't think I went against it before, but hey, dude. Hey, what's up, Radiant, buddy? You know, it'd be hard out here to play in Radiant, right, Cody? All stressful and shit. I feel it, bro.
Yeah. So you guys could definitely ask questions along the way while I ask my last one. So, using your own connection, okay, think of that. Who would you want to see on this podcast as a future guest, and why?
Oh, I think definitely Ty.
Ty?
I think he's very, very well spoken as well, and I recommend him because even though he doesn't stream that much, he does stream on the side just for fun.
Of course.
He's not much of a streamer, but he would definitely give a really strong insight of life. Cause that guy's been through a lot as well. He grew up with a similar background as me, but he's done different stuff in order to come up in life, you know?
Yes.
So definitely, like, I think everybody would be interested. and hearing his perspective on things.
I like that. I like that answer. I've only met him a few times in person, but yeah, I don't know him personally, so like, well, I think that'd be great too.
Yeah, he's a pretty good one, so I recommend him.
All right. Any questions from you guys? Cause that's it for me. This was awesome. Thank you.
No problem, man. Love to be on this podcast. That was lit. So guys, if you guys have a question, you can ask me anything. Just do a @extrawired in the chat so I can see easier. Extrawired, I swear I just support you in different ways because I just have you on my laptop and chat things. That you know, Jinx, I really appreciate your support. That's all I'm gonna say. Your support is very appreciated, and I'm very grateful of you. King of Hawaii, we should run customs tonight. Maybe actually, King of Hawaii. You know, I just like to decide on the spot. I don't really have a game plan when I stream. So it can be unrated, it can be customs, it can be 1v1s, it can just be me talking. So if you do tune in my streams, Hawaii, you know, just expect something random. It goes by my feeling, you know. You feel me, Hawaii? What was the biggest thing that helped grow your helped you grow your Twitch community? Ooh, I think being radiant. You know, people. I mean, my main market is in Val, and people come through because like they want to get better, or they come to troll me and say like, "Oh, can you carry me to Immortal?" Which I get annoyed of, but people still come through because of that. But just being a role model and to role model for people, because then they look up to me. They're like, "Okay, this guy's radiant. Like I trust what he says," you know. And I'm always down to give tips. So a lot of my viewers, like, they come to ask about my tips. You feel me, Cody? And it's cool because it's like, oh, I pretty much cover the entire market because I cover iron to silver to like diamond and immortal. And being on the top, it's just cool because like I can help out everybody. You know, if I was like gold, I can't really help you out if you're like diamond because I don't really have the tips for that, but I can cover the entire market of ranks, you know? You feel me, Cody? And thank you for the test and insight. It says Peach, of course. If you have any more, you know, I will be here for next few minutes.
Yeah.
Now, as we're closing out the stream, I'll take last minute questions before I head out, and then I'm gonna start my own stream.
Yeah.
Let me know, guys.
Speaking on that, if you guys don't have questions now, always feel free to tune into his stream and just have a conversation with him, you know?
Yes, sir. And how are you so handsome? I don't know. Ask my mom, Arya. I didn't choose these looks. You can ask my mom. I think my mom used to be so beautiful, and she is still beautiful. You know, maybe she's just a beautiful person, and I grabbed most of her genes, you know? Honestly, it's the hair, it's the vibe. Oh, you like the hair? Yeah, I like it when it droops down like this. And like, I don't know. If I had a bowl cut, you probably look at me differently, Peach. Do you prefer Hennessy or Patron? Oh, Hennessy 100% KR. Anything light, anything white, like vodka and like tequila, those white drinks. Not talking about race, but the color white. But like, yo, yeah. that shit is nasty. That shit nasty, bro. You know, Kara Lord. I don't understand how people drink that. I mean, if I have to, I have to, right? But I'm more of a dark person. I drink Jameson, Hennessy. Yeah, mainly those two, cognac. I don't know. It's just whites are just disgusting to me, you know. Favorite soju flavor? Grape, green grape. I don't know. That one hit hard. Anything else tastes like medicine, you know. But green grape. As a matter of fact, my vape right now is alloy grape. I just like grapes in general because my mom always fed me grapes when I was growing up. So I got used to it, you know. Let's see. Goddamn white drinks. Okay, I didn't mean it like that, KR. I'm just talking about the color white. You feel me?
And then Hi asked if he could take you on a date.
Oh, really? Let me see. I missed it. Oh, what's up, Hi? Of course, bro. How about you take me on a date and you pay, and I'll massage your back after. How about that?
Take the deal, man. Take the deal.
Can't say that when I'm drinking coffee. I want to spit that on my laptop. Oh, you drink whites? I don't understand how you do it. I don't have. Maybe I just don't have the gene for it. You know. Hennessy is disgusting. Wow, Carolor, you're disgusting, bro. What? You don't think Hennessy is good? I'm disappointed. Let's see. Let's see. All right, everybody. He's taken no more question. Oh, damn. High's claiming me already. I see you, bro.
Sheesh.
I see you. That's a big statement right there. I have like 97 boyfriends.
Yeah. One
You
for me.
massage me, huh? Of course, Jimmy Kev. Please give me a massage. I take free massages. Extrawired, who asked, bro? Oh, okay. Someday I'll drink with you and it'll be Jameson only, and you're just gonna be so mad.
All right. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, especially if you guys are new. You're all welcomed here, by the way, must say. Thank you to Hung, aka Extrawired, for being here. Really, really awesome that you were comfortable to, appear on my podcast that I'm trying to start out of nowhere.
Of
And
course, of course.
yeah,
I'm just here to talk to chat and to support Wilson's stream. If you haven't given Wilson a follow, do give him a follow. He's a really cool dude. He got some pretty fire content, and he's in a progression to getting gold in Val. So do tune in his progression to getting gold. And one last question: do you mean clear instead of white? Clear, clear. Yeah, clear drinks. Yeah, those are disgusting sleeping. But
um,
yeah, guys. Yeah, do support Wilson. He's the boy. He cares about guys. Stop watching streamers that don't care about you. Start watching Wilson. He cares about you. When you chat, he's gonna be right there for you, all right? And then start watching streamers that actually read chat. Those streamers that don't read chat at all, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. All right, guys.
thank you, Bandy. I appreciate that. And Void Snare, thank you so much for dropping the follow. Much appreciated. You're all welcome here. But this has been the Chang Gang podcast episode 4 featuring Extrawired. Once again, you guys could use exclamation guest to stop by Hung stream. And there will be a podcast upload. So you guys could either look into the broadcast afterwards, but I'm gonna be posting this onto YouTube eventually. We'll see. It takes some time to upload. But yeah, you've been an amazing guest. I really, really appreciate it. I can't express that even more in words. You know,
Of course,
um,
man.
looking forward to doing more in the future. We're gonna continue keeping in touch. My DMs are open for you as well.
Of course,
Hung,
bro. If you guys want me to appear on podcast again, let me know in the chat. Oh, dude, mom is here. What's up, bro? Your mom, 2740 is in here.
your mom, hello.
He's a big supporter of my stream. Thank you so much
That's
for
awesome.
joining, your mom.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by. Wilson does
And
pull up
yeah,
your chat.
yeah. If you guys want to see me again, maybe Wilson, you can come up with more sets of questions, and then I'll appear on the podcast again if you want me to. And oh, there you go with the
Oh,
subscription.
thank you so much for the tier 1
Thank you so
sub.
much, Mom.
Much appreciated.
Everybody in the chat say thanks, mom.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you so much. The funny thing that you mentioned that I wasn't gonna say it till later, but since I've had a few guests already, and thanks to Chill, who was my first guest on this podcast, he came up with a great idea for me to have like a group podcast with specific topics. So, if you're ever interested in coming back to this podcast with like your own perspectives and stuff, I would definitely love to have you. So,
Oh, definitely,
open
and just hit me up,
opportunities.
and I'll make some time for it. Definitely.
All right. That's it. This concludes the podcast. Thank you guys.